The Bostonian is Matt Perrault.
This is our city.
The Book is Dave Sharapan.
Pay him. Pay that man his money.
Together, they are The Bostonian versus The Book.
You covered! You covered 12! I covered!
Follow the show on Twitter at Boston versus The Book.
How do you like them apples?
Bringing you the best insight on sports betting news, Matt and Dave's daily picks, and an entertaining and unfiltered dive into the sports betting industry. Here's Dave Sharapan and Matt Perrault.
And here we go.
Happy Friday, everybody. Roll Call Friday. What is up? It's another episode of the Bostonian versus the Book. Dave Sharapan, the Book, Matt Perrault, the Bostonian, live on YouTube and Twitter at Boston versus the Book, replayed on Sirius XM channel 159, Sports Grid TV, where you will find Dave and I later or earlier today, depending on where you're watching and what time you're watching. You get a lot of us today on a Friday. How are you, sir? What is going on this Friday?
I'm good. I'm fired up, ready to go. It's Friday. That energy's rolling. Everything's happening.
Why are you blurry? Are you blurry?
Am I blurry?
You look kind of, maybe my eyes are going. I don't know. You look kind of blurry to me.
I don't know what day it is.
You don't look as crisp as you normally do.
Really?
That's interesting. It just went that way. I don't know. Maybe the chat can tell us. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Probably just me.
Is it off? Are we good? Is everybody here?
Good.
It's
Everyone's
Roll Call
here.
Friday.
Yeah, everyone's here.
Everybody's ready.
Oh yeah, everyone's here.
All right.
Everyone's here.
They're piling in.
Yeah,
right.
They'll all roll in. We got a lot of football to get to today on the show, guys. We got a lot of college and pro to get into. If you guys have a super chat question or you have a game that we don't get to, you can get to it in bonus time with a super chat in the YouTube. That's for you guys who are watching live, not recorded, but we'll do that later in bonus time after we get done with our commitment to Sirius and to Sports Grid for that. This is a non-sports story to start the day with, though, because it's a big story here locally. I think it's a big story in the music world.
Do this. I hit reset. Let's see if we do that.
Oh, that's better. Oh, that's much better.
Okay.
Yep.
Let's
Good job on that.
Reset the lens. Good call.
Okay. That looks much better. Okay.
Okay.
When Tupac got killed here in 1996, neither one of us were living here.
Nope.
But we drive on Koval Lane behind the Venetian all the time.
I wish I could drive there more right now, but it's so messed up because of the traffic. I don't drive there nearly as much as I used to.
Yeah. It's been years. I was just into college in 1996 when this happened, when Tupac Shakur was killed in a drive-by shooting here in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
I'm 46 years old.
Yeah.
It's a long time ago.
Yeah.
A man was arrested finally today, according to the Associated Press, in connection to this story.
I saw this on the rundown. I was like, what the hell is he talking about? I hadn't heard this shit. That's
morning. After all of these years later, we'll find out more details. We're still figuring out who the guy is.
He's living here?
We don't know all that was reported by the AP here in Nevada was that a man has been arrested in connection with the murder for Tupac Shakur here in Las Vegas in 1996.
Oh, we don't know where he was arrested.
We don't know where he was arrested. No.
Oh, I thought he might have been like hanging out at the Stratosphere.
Still, after all these years.
Well, I don't know. I mean, listen, my wife said it to me early when we moved here. She's like, everybody comes here to hide. And a lot of people do stuff, bad stuff, other places, and they could just blend in here because this is one of the places where, I mean, nobody asks who you are. Nobody really asks. And if they know who you are, they don't bother you. So, I mean, I told you the story. I took a guy's bets for a year at the Golden Nugget. I was working at the Nugget. This guy was come in every day, bet. I went home from work. I'm watching the news that night with my wife, and this picture pops up, and they said they arrested this guy for connection of a homicide in California. I'm like, he's been betting with us at the Nugget for a year. He was betting the races, like hanging out every day for a year.
There was a guy who I know in law enforcement who worked in Iowa told me that the area next to the Strat, which they're trying to clean up, but the area, the housing developments that are right to the one street over from the Strat here in Vegas, it is like we talked about people coming here to hide. It has like the highest concentration of people who have warrants out for their arrest.
It's a rough neighborhood.
It's a rough neighborhood.
It's a rough neighborhood.
And the cops don't really go down there. They don't really want to go down there.
They like police themselves in there.
Kind of, yeah. And a lot of people who are wanted, a lot of people who are from other parts of the country who need a place to get out of the heat.
Yeah.
Go there.
Yeah.
And hang out there.
Yes.
So maybe he was there.
We're going to do Roll Call Friday in exactly 75 minutes from right now, where we call out everybody's 3-digit area code and city where they're at. What we'd like to do at the start in the chat, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, let them yell, all that stuff we got. Don't be a bum, hit the thumb. It's growing every day. We're up over 1,500 subscribers to the YouTube channel. Thank you very much at Boston versus the Book. The Discord channel is what again, Perrault?
bvbshow.com. Free to enter. You put that into your search bar. It'll have you either download the app for your desktop or your phone, and you are into there. It's free, it's easy, and it's fun to be a part of.
It is, and there was some BVB bonus time content in there that we didn't re-air. One of our all-time great moments. We had two of them. We asked, where would you like to get beamed with a baseball? And I commented, with my ass, but not quite in those words. Yeah, I said in instead of on, and that moment there. And then we had service animals, PB, out today in Florida with his wife with a service iguana or some lizard,
large reptile.
It wasn't a lizard. It wasn't an iguana we talked about yesterday. It was a service rooster. Only we used a different word. And it broke up the entire show. The chat guys almost wrecked their cars. I got more texts and responses for a service thing. So you got to go get the Discord channel.
I was literally sitting in bed last night. I was putting Madeline to sleep. And I just started laughing. And she's like, "What are you laughing at?" And I'm like, don't worry about it. I just started. I was like, I cannot believe I said that.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
because I set it up so perfectly, and like I knew I was going to say it, and then I said it, and then after I said it, I couldn't believe that I said it. So I was laughing at myself, going, "What the hell did you just say? Like, why did you say that?"
You said service rooster, and I paused. And if you go back and watch it on the YouTube channel, I was waiting, and then you delivered the line of all lines. I mean, I'll say it today. You know, Will's walked. Thank goodness Will's good.
Oh yeah,
you guys have asked about Will. Will is great. He's doing a lot better, and he's back watching the show and making sure that we can air for public consumption. Perrault said service cock. That was it right there. He did that lean and laugh. I was done because I tried to, and then I started laughing, and it was all over.
Goodbye.
But yeah,
all done.
It was done.
So it was a fun day yesterday. So fun show yesterday. Bonus time's always fun. If you guys haven't watched Bonus Time, you're on Sirius XM or you're on Sports Grid.
Show.
Well, if you're listening and you haven't watched it, though, come back to the YouTube channel and watch it after the fact. It's often quite comical. We're always relaxed, but we're really relaxed on Bonus Time.
Well, it's just unedited and unscripted and everything. Like we can just let loose because right now, I mean, we're loose, but there may be people watching. There may be. I wore the Naughty by Nature shirt today because I was thinking of OPP. And
why?
Because sometimes I feel like we talk about stuff and then it pops up all over the other place, and it's like OPP.
Other people's plays.
You said it, not me. I'm just saying. I'm not saying, but I'm just saying.
I was not even going there with OPP. I was going with the original, with the actual, not the
I'm gonna work on that for next week. I woke up today.
Wow, you could do a really funny, you could do a really.
I'm
cool
working on it. I'm working on it. That's for next week.
You could do. You got
right
OPP.
Now, though, the boys are all in. They're coming in, and I tweeted it this morning at Sports Beat Cake and see the opening to the B Rabbit Papa Doc battle in 2002 in 8 Mile.
That's how old that movie is?
2002. How old are we?
Oh,
You're talking about Tupac's murder in 1996, and it all started coming back. And then I was like, wait a second. This popped up in my feed. I was like, 2002. I mean, when that 8 Mile came out, I I still listen to that every day.
Of course.
But,
it's a great album, great movie.
It's great. So I just real quick, the beginning. I ain't got to say all the words, but I got it right here because, the 3-1-3-1 yesterday, Detroit, what happened last night.
I see.
It's all about the Lions, and it's all about that. So, Mikey, awesome. Just sit back, just relax real quick because it ain't going to be long. I'm going to do the whole thing, just the beginning, okay? Now, everybody from the 3-1-3, put your mother hands up and follow me. Everybody from the 3-1-3, put your mother hands up. Look. Now, while he stands tough, notice that this man did not have his hands up. This free world's got you all gassed up. Now, who's afraid of the big bad wolf? 1, 2, 3, into the 4. 1 Pac, 2 Pac, 3 Pac, 4. 4 Pac, 3 Pac, 2 Pac, 1. Your Pac, he's Pac, no Pac, none. That's all. I've been thinking about that all morning.
There you go.
Get that out. Just get that in early for the boys.
Such a good movie. Oh my God.
Such a good movie.
Such a good movie. It really is. Eminem was really good. He was playing himself, but he was really, really good. Just the rap battles were epic. Who was the MC of the rap wars? I forget his name, that actor.
Forget his name.
He was the only part of the movie I didn't like.
You didn't really?
Yeah, I thought he was miscast. I thought it wasn't a great casting. I was like, I don't really like that for that role. But other than that, everything else was awesome. I mean, Papa Doc was great in that whole free world, and it was cool. It was a good flick, good movie. A lot of things coming up. Detroit Packers got dominated by the Lions. It's the 4th consecutive victory for the Lions over the Packers. It's becoming a trend now. The line for the Packers is a significant problem. If David Bakhtiari is not back at all this year, which he's on IR, so he's out for another 3 weeks, he might be gone for a while, maybe the whole year for the Green Bay Packers. They can't protect Jordan Love, and Jordan Love is seeing ghosts when you have an Aiden Hutchinson or someone of that ilk coming at him. That offense, I can't figure it out, Dave. What is going on with the offense starting so slowly for the Packers?
No idea. I don't know. I was watching baseball, not going to lie. And I had it ready to watch, and I was doing Sports Grid, and I was like, Ranieri was watching it, Taylor was watching it, so I wasn't. Before you knew it, it was 14-3.
Yeah.
And I said, well, I'm going to keep watching baseball. Before you know it, was 23 or whatever it was, 21, and it was done.
Yeah.
It was done. There was nothing to watch after that.
Yep,
so
true.
I watched.
They made it a little bit. I mean, I can't say nothing. Second half, they did make it somewhat of a story because I came in. I took 15.5 on the Packers, and when they were down by 16, I think it was. It was 27-11. I think is when I took it.
Okay.
And it was. I mean, thankfully they kicked the field goal at the end. That's one move that was sort of like, really, okay, I'll take that. So he kicked it to lose by 14 to get it to 14. So I ended up covering the 15.5, but it never really felt like the Lions were in much jeopardy of losing the game. And that game started with a pick nearly in the red zone.
Yeah.
And for the Packers, and then from there on in, I mean, Jared Goff played really, really well. The offense, I mean, Sam Laporta, man, how about that kid out of Iowa? That kid's becoming an absolute threat. It killed the books. Everybody was on it. That's why I went the other way. And I took the Packers tight end, who then Musgrave got a concussion in the second quarter, and that killed that prop, unfortunately. But I couldn't believe how productive Sam Laporta is because about, St. Brown, and you know about the weapons that the team has on the wide receiver side of things. But Laporta is going to be really fun to watch this year for this team, and they can run the football. I mean, Montgomery, 3 rushing touchdowns. He was tremendous. I mean, he was great last night, and he's going to be a major threat. So look, for all the hype the Lions got getting off to a 3-1 start, Dave, I mean, that's pretty impressive living up to it so far. Everyone's on their over. Everyone's on them winning the NFC. But for right now, you got to say that they are one of the best teams in the NFC, do we not?
Right now, they're not better than San Francisco. They're not better than Philly. They're in the next tier.
Philly's, I would put them in there. They're not far off from Philly. If they are behind Philly, they're not far off.
Jimmy Jack with 4Ks. Thank you, sir. Mekhi Phifer.
Thank you. Yes, I didn't
Mekhi
love that.
Phifer. I love you guys in this chat.
Did
I
not love
swear to
Mekhi
God, I feel like
Phifer's.
you're sitting here right with
Thank
me.
you.
This is great. This is awesome. We got a crew here, Perrault. Did you see Goff after the game talking to Ryan Fitzpatrick? Did you
No.
see what he did?
No.
Tremendous clip.
What do you do?
They asked him a question, and he was sitting one person in between Ryan Fitzpatrick. And he looked over and Ryan Fitzpatrick said, "You played well," and this and that. And he goes, "I'm glad it was up to your standards. I'm just trying to be better than a poor man's Matt Ryan." That's what Fitzpatrick called him.
Beautiful. That's great.
And I was
Do it.
"Oh!" And
Do it.
everyone on the set went, "Oh!" It's funny because, we're in the content business. And,
Yeah.
You can say stuff and do stuff, all this other stuff. But, I mean, sometimes people are listening. Sometimes people are watching. Goff's got something to prove.
He does.
The whole Lions team has something to prove.
They do.
And, I mean.
They are
DC, it's what do they call them? HCDC. That's what Pat and the boys call him. Head coach Dan Campbell.
Right.
HCDC.
I love
They believe
when a coach's personality is reflected by the play of the team.
Right.
I love that. And Dan Campbell, whatever you want to say about the corny, bite your kneecaps type of stuff, the guy wants to play hard-nosed, smash-mouth football. They outrushed the Packers by nearly 200 yards last night. I mean, the Packers couldn't stop the running game, and they completely suffocated the running game for the Packers.
So are we seeing, because now the teams that can really run the ball are having really good success in the NFL.
Yep.
You watch Miami run the ball, a bunch of different, ways. They don't like power run, but they're fast run.
Yeah.
The Eagles just punch you in the mouth and run you over and keep just bludgeoning you.
Mm-hmm.
The Lions last night, I think Montgomery, did he have 30 carries?
Yes.
Who has 30 carries anymore?
Blowout. It's a little bit of an inflated number, but yes, I understand. I get the point, but
We're going to run the ball until you stop us.
Game flow dictated that, but yeah, I agree.
It's coming back.
Well, let me say this. If the Patriots can do that to the Cowboys on Sunday, because that's how the Patriots are built. That's how Belichick has been doing this for the last couple of years.
What? And run the ball?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
And everybody has said that the Cowboys struggle when you get punched in the mouth. Like the Cardinals did it to them early in that game. They punched him in the mouth, and the Cowboys went, whoa, uh-oh. The Eagles have been doing it to them. The Giants have been doing it to them. I want to see, is that the case, or is this going to be a game-by-game basis where certain games will look like that last night, or other games will still be the open, fly around, chuck the ball deep, 55 passes a game type of game plan for teams? Because I'm with you. I think it is all coming back. I think teams have drafted a lot of lighter, faster defensive ends to get after the quarterback. And teams that have big physical offensive lines are starting to show that they can move the ball.
It's MCDC, by the way. Motor City Dan Campbell. Not
okay.
My bad.
So it's better for teams like the Titans, the Ravens.
You still, though, you can't be completely one-dimensional. The problem with the Titans is they can't pass, right? So they get behind.
Because their line sucks.
We'll see.
Yeah.
I feel like the Eagles can play
both ways. Yep.
Any type of game. If they need to come back, they have a turnover early, they get down 10-0, 17-6 or whatever. They can come back.
I agreed. Yeah, I agree.
Titans is a wrap. They can run the ball. We'll see about Miami. Miami right now, I feel like they could come back from a 20-point deficit.
Why did the Titans get DeAndre Hopkins? Why?
To try to get somebody who maybe could beat somebody one-on-one, and then, but the problem is he can't throw the ball to himself too.
Ryan did have a problem.
You could be the best wide receiver in the world. If you ain't got a quarterback to throw you the ball, you
got problems.
It's teamwork to make the dream work. You got to work together. Guys in the chat, put the city that you're watching the show from right now, the city, and we'll get to the roll call and the area codes and all that later. We got to get over, what was the number last week? 36? I think it was 36.
I think that's right. Yeah, it was 36 states and 3 countries last
36 states, 3 countries. But we got to get the chat flowing as far as people in watching. So just the cities right now where you're at. JC from KC and who else? mentioned MCDC. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. It was JC from KC, and it was D from Detroit. We got D from Detroit. I never seen D from Detroit. Thank you, sir. Welcome to the show.
I'm sure that person's happy. He or she is very happy today because the Lions are 3-1. So this is where your bookmaker hat's going to come back on, because I think anybody who has a ticket on this game is really confused and concerned as to what the hell just went on.
Yeah.
Marlins Mets.
Because it's the last week of September. Nobody bets baseball anymore. At least that's what they tell you. So it's probably not that many people. But if you had a ticket on this game, you're going to the book today with the Mets.
Okay, but if you have a ticket for the Marlins to make the playoffs, it matters. If you have a ticket for the Marlins to win the pennant, it matters.
Yep.
Marlins to win the World Series, it matters. Like, there are a lot of things that are factoring in. The Marlins have to make the playoffs for those future tickets to be live. This game could come into play for whether or not the Marlins make the playoffs or not.
Right.
So they could not play it last night, correct? It's
Field
2-1.
was an absolute mess.
It's 2-1 in the 9th inning right now, right? When they stop the game?
2-1, bottom of 8.
Bottom of the 8th inning. They're not going to make up this game unless it matters, right?
Correct.
So it has to be a half a game for the Marlins to either get in or not. Correct. Could you imagine if they need this? They need, what would it be? 6 outs? They would need 6 outs to make the playoffs.
Yeah. They didn't pitch any. Yeah. So they need 6 outs, 8th and 9th. Yep.
Just cold turkey, give the ball to your best guy to get 6 outs.
Yep. Well,
that's nuts.
So the initial ruling for the book is that the game reverts back to the last completed inning, which is a nightmare because people come in today with Marlins tickets and it's a loss. It's graded 1-0 Mets because they scored 2 runs in the top of the 8th, but didn't finish the 8th inning. So a lot of the ruling is you go back to the last completed inning in the book only. That's not for baseball. Baseball, it's a suspended game right now and it sits. Books, baseball rules, house baseball rules, always you complete the game on the day of the game. Nothing carries over. I have yet to see a sports book that you can hold that ticket until it's completed or wait and then get a result. So that's the first order of business. Second order of business is I did Irizarry and Moose this morning.
Okay.
Irizarry and I are doing Better's Eye later today.
Okay.
I asked him specifically, and he got in touch with someone at MLB. I have not heard back from them yet. They're playing that game on Monday if it matters. They're going to finish that game on Monday. It's an off day for everybody. So they're going to make the Mets after the season.
So the Mets can't leave and go on vacation. So all the guys who have plane flights to vacation spots have to change it in case that game matters.
In case it matters.
Wow.
The Marlins are in Pittsburgh for the weekend. Okay. They're going to have their hands full. They don't face Keller, but they're going to have their hands full Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So
this portion of the program is called pandering to Pirates people.
It's not.
They have their
the Pirates
full.
The Pirates have the second best record in baseball since August 1st. They're playing their best baseball of the season right now.
Great. How many games out of there again? Okay.
It's less than you think.
It's less than I think. They're eliminated.
Doesn't
matter. Yeah. I mean, less I think they're eliminated. No matter how many games it is, they are eliminated. E next to their name. Cross them out. They're done.
It's crazy because like today is undecided for the Pirates.
Still.
They're throwing Cabrera for the Marlins. Pirates have no idea who they're starting. The game's a pick 'em. It's a pick 'em.
It should be.
So I don't know what time the Marlins got there. I don't know what they're doing. It had to be a mess last night because they had to wait at the ballpark until. I mean, it
was so late that the Phillies gear showed up for today's game.
Yeah, have you ever been in a clubhouse when all that stuff happens?
No.
Those people, I'm telling you, that job is one of the hardest jobs I've ever seen.
You've seen it where 2 teams have crossed in the night
I've seen the move out.
Yeah, right.
And I've seen the move in.
Yes. I've never seen the move out while the move in is starting to happen. I've never seen that. That's the problem.
No.
They're trying to go up against each other. It's like where they started stacking up bags on bags on bags. You couldn't walk through the hallway basically in last night because of all the Philly stuff that was backing up because they had to put their gear somewhere trying to get in for their series.
Okay, so it was 8 innings. They got the 2 in the top of the ninth, so they only need 3 outs. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So the
All
last
right, so
completed
I thought
inning
it was the ninth.
was
Okay.
8. So the last it's still graded in the book 1-0. Thank you guys in the chat. I was half asleep. I was trying to stay awake. Then I took a nap, and then I got up and watched the Ryder Cup. What an ass kicking the Ryder Cup was.
Oh boy.
So yes, so now they're going to complete that if they need to on Monday. They need 3 outs.
Unbelievable. The
Can
Miami
you imagine
Marlins
being the Mets coming back and saying, "Hey guys, season's not over." What are you talking about? It's over.
If you're a free agent, do you just say forget it and not show up? Say I'm done. I'm not coming. I'm out later. Because Miami's 82-76. They're a half game ahead of the Cubs at the moment. Cubs are up against the Milwaukee Brewers for 3 games. The Marlins are at Pittsburgh. Luckily, it's not like California or something. They can just get back. It's not that bad to get from Pittsburgh to New York to come in. But you got to fly in to record 3 outs. Damn. Do you even go? Do fans even go?
No. I mean, they may say that.
Will they be allowed? Will fans be allowed to go?
Maybe not.
Do you open the concession stands for a 3 out game?
No.
Do you put it on TV? Make everybody show up to broadcast the game? Do you do you do a pregame show?
No.
Do you do a postgame show?
No.
Like, how do you do this?
Nothing.
Like, it's a 3 game. Like you do it back in the day, like you just put a webcam on. You just like put a webcam up on top of like the
still shot right on the 4th level. We used to do that for the Pirate games. For the Pirate Day games when it was like KDK, there was one camera still shot. And if something happened, we would take the highlights from that because there was no TV and there was no satellite feed. So
unbelievable. Yeah. That's going to be wild.
Yeah.
The Orioles last night won their first American League East crown since 1994.
Congratulations.
Recording their first 100th win game last night. It's 100 wins for an Orioles team. And now here they go trying to win their first World Series since 1983, right?
Yeah.
For them. It's a remarkable season. Can't wait to watch and see how they handle it.
It's fantastic. I mean, they're going to be the 1 seed.
Yes, they clinched it. Yes, they clinched the 1 seed.
Yep. The 1 seed.
Yep.
You never said that before the season. Now, you have them winning over the season wins, yes. You have them making the playoffs, probably okay. Some people do have that. There's a lot of people that have, they took a nice price on them just to, win the American League. Even win the division was good. But there's actually, there's teams, there's guys we know. There's guys we know in the space. There's guys we know that work in the books that have the Orioles to actually win a World Series. It's a legit shot. This is a legit shot. That team is young, and they are full of everything, ready to I almost said it. I didn't want to say it this early, but, they can win. They can win it.
They can win it. Where were you in 1983? Last time that they won it all.
They beat the Phillies, right?
I believe that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. 1983. They beat the Phillies. Yeah. I
was 6. I have no memory of it at all.
I was 13. 1983. I turned 13 in August. And middle school. Oh, that was a rough year. 7th grade. Girls were evil.
Oh, I liked 7th grade. 7th grade, I did well.
7th grade,
6th, 7th, because I was big. I was tall. I was large for my age.
How did that have to do with it?
Because in my town, if you were good at sports, you were one of the popular kids. You ran the school.
Well, we went
6th, 7th, 8th. I ran stuff 6th, 7th, 8th grade until people passed me by and I stopped growing and everyone passed me by. But I was on everything. I travel everything, AAU everything. I made every team.
We went to school kindergarten through 3 at elementary school, and then we went to another elementary school, 4, 5, 6.
Interesting.
7th and 8th grade were at J. Neff Middle School, which is no longer standing. And we got
not 6th. Middle school was 7th and 8th for you guys.
7th and 8th. That's it.
Oh, interesting.
So we got put together, mixed and matched with kids from Dormont and Castle Shannon, and we were in Green Tree. So you met a bunch of strangers.
Yeah, us too. Right.
Right. And we were like in Mayberry, kind of in our world where I was.
Right.
And then we got with the kids, and that's when kids were smoking before school.
Oh,
and kids were doing
middle
stuff
school.
after school. Oh yeah, we had listen. I mean, that was a whole I had to take a bus for the first time. I walked to school, K through 6.
Right.
I walked up, 3 hills in the snow. I actually did all that. And, the kids don't believe it, but I did. And then, so we had to go to ride a bus, learn how to ride a bus for the first time and all that other stuff in 7th grade. That was not a good year. I remember the Orioles winning the World Series, but I was just trying to figure out
Your life.
why my middle school English teacher, Mrs. Kelly, was such a nasty. She was so mean.
Huh.
She was mean. 7th grade.
You get it now, though, right? As an adult, you understand it now.
I do, but she was angry. She was taking her
out of you,
all the shit out on us.
Right, and you guys, right? Yeah, we were the first. My middle school was the first year when 5th graders became middle school. 6th graders were it was junior high all the way up until my class, and we were the first middle school class ever from West Middle School. So we were the first ones. They never had 6th graders in there before us. And it was pretty fun. So, but yeah, it was the first time we had 2 schools come together. We were with a lot of kids that we hadn't gone to school with before.
Right.
But we had some amazing, wild baseball tournaments. We had a full-blown baseball league that we created for before and after school, where we had drafts. We had 6th, 7th, 8th graders. We had different kids coming up and down. It was crazy. We had a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun. I disliked high school. I liked middle school. I did not like high school.
Oh, 7th grade was a brutal transition year, but 8th grade was tremendous.
You ran the school.
8th grade was great.
Yeah, you ran the school. It was always fun.
I mean, it took me like 3 months. I was fine. Like I was, I just couldn't figure out how all these girls were like so nasty. Everybody was, they're like, "Who are you people from Green Street?" And I'm like, "What's wrong with you?"
Well, that happens.
There was a lot of like,
yep,
a lot of stuff and
different sides of the
everybody
track.
played sports together for the first time. That 7th grade basketball team, everybody thought they were the best kid on the team, and it was like, "What are you guys talking? You ain't even that good," And then it was a lot of stuff.
Fun.
And then we kicked their ass in baseball. That was the best. So
look out.
Yeah.
Speaking of ass kicking, boy, oh boy, Team USA got smoked 4-0 in day one of the Ryder Cup.
6.5 to
now?
1.5 now.
God.
Because they played the morning session, they got swept 4-0.
Overnight.
And then the next session, they go back out and they lost 2.5 to 1.5.
So it's over.
Well, it's 6.5 to 1.5. It's ugly. It's really ugly.
We don't win the Ryder Cup over there. Like we just don't. And I can't believe and like we talked to Tommy yesterday on the show and he was like, "Why are the Americans favored? Like it doesn't make any sense."
Bad line to start. Got bad. It just stayed bad. There's a lot of people that are golf handicappers now. If you've paying attention to social media this morning, everybody had Europe. They got them in. Actually, our guy Tommy Lips has a blowout. He has a margin of victory bet that's like 40 to 1.
Wow.
And it's in play.
It's live.
So, yeah, he sent me a text this morning. Thanks again for having me on the show, and sent me a picture of a ticket. Said, "Root this one home."
Woo.
Yeah, if he roots this one home, it's going to be a hell of a Sunday. I could tell you that. I would definitely be going to meet him Sunday night or Sunday afternoon, because if he gets Europe in a blowout and then the Bills to beat the Dolphins, he's going to be walking on air. This guy, he'll be out of his mind.
Interesting. All right, let's get to the weekend. Got a bunch of games to get into tonight. Louisville's laying 3.5 points at NC State. That line is climbing to 56 here in this ACC battle. I really like Louisville's offense, and Louisville's 4-0. They're scoring a ton of points. They just blew up Boston College. NC State is not playing great. This is going to be, if you like points, this toes up to 56. I think this is, if you don't like the side, I think this is an overplay tonight.
I'm going to take your word for it. I won't. This is one of those games. It's on the board. Don't pay any attention to it.
Jeff Brom's 4-0. They're 2-2 ATS. They're 4-0 straight up. First year head coach coming over from Purdue. 38.7 points per game so far. They are the third ranked passing offense per pass play. 11.6 yards per pass play is number 3 in the country versus 8.3 yards per pass play given up for NC State. No bueno for NC State. I like Louisville tonight. Utah at Oregon State. Everyone and their mother is on Oregon State. Number was 1.5, up to as high as 4.5. Some buyback down to 4. Total has been pretty flat at 40, 45, 44.5 here on this one.
I saw today one of our friends in the space put out, the bet percentages and stuff, whatever that means.
Yep.
Utah is the biggest side at the BetMGM books.
Weird.
Most bet on side.
Interesting.
That's why those things are
Don't
complete caca bullshit.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter what they are.
That number ran. That number was 1.5. Was 4.5.
The opening number got bet up. Listen,
high, and now it's coming back down a little bit, but
number last week against UCLA, it opened 3.5, 4, shot up to 6, got crashed back down. I said, "What the hell's going on with this game?" Talked to some guys in a book. They said they bet both sides. One group got them laying, one group got them taking. This happens.
Yeah,
these sharp syndicate groups, these professional bettors, all these people, they take both sides of the games. Not one guy in particular, but if me and you are two different groups, I might like Utah. I'll lay. It'll get to a number where you say, you know what, I think there's value in that. And they'll take, and then it comes and settles back down. The number reached its peak. It was 4.5. It's no longer 4.5. It's solid painted 4. Every book in the world. I like the total.
I do too.
Under.
Correct. Me too. Yeah. For that game, Utah's 4-0 to the under this year. Oregon State's 3-1 to the over, but they haven't played anybody with a defense to the caliber of Utah. Utah can't get into a scoring fest here. Both teams are going to run the ball. This is a really big indication of the new rules in college football without the clock stopping on first downs. Just going to run and run and run. It's going to be cold. 48 degrees at kickoff tonight.
This is the time of year. I was watching for some reason, the Mariners game last night against the Rangers. They have a roof. They can close it. They leave it open. There's people in the stands with beanies on. It rained a little. Yeah. I'm like, how is this possible that you don't close the roof in a place that you have a roof? But this is that time of year where we start watching games like this and we see cold weather.
Yeah. We're like,
I forget because I'm like,
we're like, wait a minute, what? Like my mom called the other day and she was like, oh, it's getting fall here. She's like, what's your temperature? I said 91. She goes, 91. I go, yeah, 91. I go, October is the best month of the year. We're about to enter into the best weather month. Here is your secret sauce to coming to Las Vegas. The best weather month of the entire year is October.
Yeah, usually the first 3 weeks. Halloween usually gets windy and
it doesn't. Yeah, it's true. But the first 3 weeks, golf, perfection weather.
The best.
81 degrees every single day.
Every day.
And you wake up with a little crisp 65, 69 temperature. It's nice.
Yeah, it's absolutely perfect. You start to see like the fall baseball. We'll get into the playoffs and stuff. They're wearing the neck things and the ear warmers, and I'm sitting there like, what? You just forget because we're here in a bubble that's absolutely perfect. You're so right. The wind's coming tomorrow. Apparently, the wind's coming. We got a high is like 74 tomorrow.
Wow, high.
Yeah. Oh, it's gonna change tonight, overnight, into tomorrow and the weekend. High 74 and high 72 or something. So we're going to get that nasty 30, 40 mile an hour wind where we can't go outside. We sneeze all day. My eyes are killing me. But, we'll get to the weather and all that other stuff here.
But the weather tonight, is something definitely to watch here for Utah and Oregon State.
Yes.
It's going to be wet, not rainy. It's like raining, misting on and off all day. So it's just going to be like a wet atmosphere, but it's going to be 48, 50 degrees at kickoff. Not great weather. Cold, slobber knocker, football, run the ball weather.
I think we should try at least every day between now and the end of the year to say the word slobber knocker every single day.
Right.
Because Keith Jackson used to say it and was one of my favorites. You've instituted it. I use it all the time. I just want to see if anyone else is using it on shows. And stuff.
This game is going to be a slobber knocker.
Slobber knocker.
Yes. Physical, violent, point of attack. Like this is a game where fullbacks should be used. I formation, just straight dot the I, fullback draw. fullback dive, like these types of plays should be called tonight between Utah, because Utah cannot play an offensive game. They're on their third string quarterback. They're down 2 wide receivers. They're down 1 offensive lineman. Like, they're banged up. Defensively, they fly around, and they're really hard to go up against. But offensively, they're not great. That's why everybody likes Oregon State tonight.
The boys in the chat are saying October's hoodie weather. You agree?
Where? In New England? In New England, it can be, but the end of October turns into like the beginning of fucking winter. It's awful.
Speaking of New England.
Okay.
At some point, can you play that video that you sent me and Jess about that woman going to see the foliage in Connecticut? Can you please figure out a way to play that?
I'm legally allowed to play that, but it's a comedian who does examples of what people in different parts of the country are like. And her interpretation of Connecticut will make you go, so that's why Matt said that the origin of Karen is in Connecticut.
I mean, you sent that thing, and I've driven through Connecticut briefly. I have never spent any time there. I have friends that, go to UConn games and all that stuff. So I trust your judgment as well, but you're pretty hard on the Connecticut people. You sent me that video, and I said to Jess, I said, he's fucking right. Like that was, if they're like that, that was annoying. Like, she was annoying. She's like, the boarding school comment. It was so good.
Highfalutin. Yeah, that's what it is.
Are going to look at the leaves back there like now, right? That's a big thing.
Our friend Minty Betts is in Stowe, Vermont right now doing that. Foliage watching.
Looking at the leaves.
Oh, it's pretty fun, man. I mean, look.
Oh, here we go.
Look, I'm not going to knock it, okay? It is definitely for a certain type of personality, okay?
Yep.
But foliage, those parts of those quiet towns in New England are pretty fun. They're pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, it's not the most rocking of times. It's not a big party. It's not a big, like, Vegas type of show, but it's pretty fun. The covered bridges, the foliage, you go get apple cider donuts, you go getting apple picking. Oh my God. Fine. I mean, I wouldn't like do it for a guy's weekend, but like it is for couples to go and do it. It is something that both guys and women, men and women, can find some enjoyment of it. I grew up in it. So my dad lives in Montpelier. I get the draw. The second the snow falls, I'm out. Goodbye. Want no part of that part of the country. When it snow falls and up there, when it gets to be that part of the winter, it is absolutely horrific.
Speaking
it's 4 months of blah.
We got a couple people we got to shout out immediately. Okay. Mikey Awesome's wife, Erin. It's her birthday today.
Happy birthday.
Actually, no, her birthday's on the 1st, but we wanted to shout her out today.
Roll Call
Friday. Mm-hmm. Erin, happy birthday to you. And JJ, our resident.
Nice.
I want to call him an expert, but no one's an expert. But JJ is one of our guys. He's a fantasy guy. He parks the cars. He basically runs the whole joint down there downtown. It's his wife's birthday today, and he said it's going to be a slobber knocker, if you know what he means. He ain't going to look at the leaves, but he said it's definitely going to be a slobber knocker. JJ, you wanted it? You got it.
The game or his wife's birthday? which one are we talking about?
I'm just saying. JJ said it.
I'm hearing the wife's birthday. I'm going, what are you saying, Dave?
A slobber knocker. That's all I'm saying. Just saying.
Okay. BYU at home. Dog tonight. First ever Big 12 conference game. Cincinnati going in there tonight here. Small dog. +1.
Yeah.
But the Mormons are going to be rocking in Provo.
It's probably gonna flip.
Good.
Flippy flip. Yeah.
BYU is 1-3 ATS. Cincinnati is 2-2, but they've lost 2 in a row. Cincinnati has both straight up and ATS. Win over Arkansas on the road for BYU. BYU cannot run the ball, but they can pass. Got to be able to throw the ball tonight and move the ball and then set up the run for BYU. But that is a really hard environment. This is the second time ever that the Bearcats will play at Lavelle Edwards Stadium. They lost it in 2015 by 14 points. So I like BYU tonight.
Yeah, probably 7:15. Oh, I guess I'll watch this one.
I want to say the atmosphere, because I think the BYU kids are going to be fired up for a Big 12 team to come into their place for the first time ever. So So this is going to be a cool atmosphere for college football. It's a hard place to play. BYU is a hard place to go up and play in Provo. All right, to Saturday. Your Penn State Nittany Lions. Money on the dog. Down below 27.
Come on.
This is what should happen. Penn State should kill them. Do they?
Again, I don't think Northwestern scores that many points, but how many points is this? Like we get by 27-10?
Ooh,
doesn't cover.
31-10
still doesn't cover.
Yeah.
Ay. I will be observing. I don't think there's a bet in this game, side or total.
Really?
I don't. The numbers, I mean, what do you bet? Over 46?
So
Penn
you're
State,
not.
What's Penn State's team total?
Yeah, I'm trying
31.
I'm trying to find it. It's not out. FanDuel doesn't have it.
They're going to run the ball. They're going to have success. I mean, this is one of those. The team will write their score.
There we go. It is 9.5 for Northwestern.
What's Penn State's?
35.5.
35.5. A little bit extra. Oh my goodness. That's even a better number.
They scored 31 on Iowa at home.
Right.
I think Penn State team total under is a play. It's a possibility.
At 35.5, it's got to be considered. At 31.5, I'd play over. But because 35 could be
the number.
Although 38, 5 touchdowns and a field goal. I don't know. Boys and girls in the chat, put it in there right now. You got Northwestern plus 26.5. Is that? Yeah, we'll go with that. That's a good number. Or Penn State minus 26.5. I don't think we'll get many Northwestern takers.
No,
I really don't.
No.
No invention there. No.
It's down to 26. Chris just went to 26 at the South Point. So we're seeing money here on a Friday come in on the dog.
Man, oh man.
There's a pretty good discrepancy, though. I mean, you can get 27 still at DraftKings and the South Point. Wow.
South Point's 27. Westgate's 26.
I swear to God, he was 26 a second ago. Now he's 27. That must have been a glitch on my thing. Circa's at 26.5. Oh, Superbook. Sorry, not South Point. Superbook's at 26.
Right.
South Point's at 27.
Right.
There's a difference. Sorry. It's a point difference. You like that?
Yeah, it's not. I mean, it's 26, 27. It's
doesn't matter.
26 definitely doesn't matter.
Okay.
You sit on that number all you want.
Okay.
So
this is by request from yesterday. Someone wanted us to talk about Clemson at Syracuse.
God bless. What the hell do you want to say about this game?
I don't have much to say besides I would probably stay away from it.
I can tell you this. We'll have the doctor's parlay today.
Good.
In BVB bonus time. I think we'll save it for that.
Okay.
But the dog is part of this in the doctor's parlay. He's totally against Clemson now.
2 losses. Their year's over. I mean,
a snooze fest, noon start there.
Injured.
How do they, they're super live is what he said to get beat Clemson. So,
3 losses.
Yeah.
3 losses. We're going to have 3 losses.
CBW did not request this, despite the fact that he's in upstate Western New York.
No, there was someone on my DMs.
Okay.
It was not him. It was somebody else who requested us talking about it. But wow, Syracuse plus 6.5. Florida's at Kentucky numbers 1. A lot of people like Florida in this game.
A lot of people are going to bet on this game in Kentucky, right?
Yes,
because they're live.
Correct. First time. Correct. First time mobile is up and running.
Surprised Kentucky's favored?
No. Not surprised, but I think it might flip. I think by kickoff, this may be Florida being favored.
It's pick in 2 places.
Okay.
Now.
I think by the time it kicks, I think Florida's favored.
Yeah.
I'm going to see a lot of action coming in on the Gators there.
Total's 44. That's an under, no?
I'm Billy Napier. Maybe. I mean, I don't know. I mean, this is a game I really don't have much of a feel for. I've seen a lot of people post it saying they like Florida. I'm like, wow, really?
Yeah.
Okay. They've gone there and lost. And Kentucky's been a tough place for Florida to play over the years. So they get up for Florida when they come in. This is a stay away game for me. Notre Dame is still 5.5 going to Duke. Game day will be there. Can Duke do this? Can Duke beat Notre Dame and end their chances of going to the playoffs?
Their chances have been ended.
I don't think so. Not yet.
That loss was a crusher. What do you think about the number 5.5 when you see it for a football game, college or pro? Does it give you pause?
In professional football, it's the get out of my face number. It's go away. In college, I don't know, because you don't see nearly as many teasers in college. You don't see nearly as many people playing with the numbers, alternative spreads and whatnot. So I don't know. I think it sort of just means that they want you to tell them what direction to go.
It's incredible, right? There's a full slate of college football this week. A lot of big spreads, a lot of odd matchups.
Right.
There's not another 5 or 5.5 on the entire board.
Well, this game will have the biggest handle of the day, will it not?
No. Well, hold on, wait. The time slot. No, it might.
Right?
Actually, 4:30. It's a night game.
Yeah.
4:30 window.
Irish people can bet this all day long. This is going to be a bet that will come in. Every parlay is going to be tied to it.
And it's somewhat competitive. So yeah, it might.
Game day.
It's gonna have a lot of handle with that time slot. Yeah. Is there a good 7:00 Pacific start? Late game? No, not really, huh?
No. This is the night game. This is the
West
big
Virginia TCU. No. Kansas, Texas is middle of the day.
Right.
No. LSU Ole Miss. No.
That's a 2:30.
Yeah, 3:00 start. That's no. The doctor sent me to parlay. He said, I wrote the times for Matt.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's very important.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
He gets worried when we can't find it.
It makes it much easier.
JC from KC said Pat is donating $100K to charity if Duke wins.
Wow. Well, he tried to do the 500,000 for he offered a $500,000 if Sam Hartman won the Heisman, I think it was.
I don't know. David just came in the chat. I don't know who David is, but welcome, David. He asked, why is there any chance Northwestern beats Penn State? No. Don't ruin my season. No. There's no chance.
He's a Penn State fan. Penn State grad. He's not going to say yes to that question.
I would say it if I thought they were going to lose.
I said it on Wednesday. This is the James Franklin special. That's why I'm not betting it.
You think they could lose?
This is the position that James Franklin year after year after year blows. Monster favorite on the road. Sleepy. They just beat Iowa. They got nothing
outright.
They got nothing until Ohio State.
The team's a mess.
No, they're not. Look at last week. They rallied last week. Northwestern played really well last week.
Against who?
They came back. Hold on. I forget the exact. I need to pull up who they scored 38 points and they won last week coming from behind. Northwestern. Wow. On top of it, it's a noon Eastern time kick. They beat Minnesota 37-34 at home last week.
Yeah, rowed a boat. They're not good.
They're not good, but when you're down.
Stop. They ain't losing this game. They may not cover, but they ain't losing. No. Clip it. If they lose, I'll eat crow on Monday. Guaranteed. I'll come dressed. What'd I say? Barney, what'd we decide? I got to get a furry car. I got to get a purple. I'm going to come in purple, full top to bottom. Forget about being a Wildcat. I'll be something purple. Barney, Grimace. I got to go on the lookout. If they lose Saturday, guess what I'm doing on Sunday? Watching football? No. I got to explain to my wife. I got to get a purple furry costume.
Sorry, I was getting a text message from our Sports Grid friends. We have a little bit of a scheduling emergency.
Yeah, that's what they're scheduling me too.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Just got the text message. I can't. My brain's not working for dates and times. I can't figure out what I'm doing yet. So I'm like, I can't answer. Sorry.
Right.
I'm just gonna say this. Northwestern is live to cover this. I'm not betting it, but I'm not going to be at the least surprised if we're like, what is going on with Penn State Northwestern? Come Saturday, come tomorrow, 11 o'clock. We put the picks in, watching the game, and I'm gonna look at you. I'm gonna say I told you.
Oh, might have to go live Twitter.
Northwestern, I think could be a problem. Not to win the game, I don't think, but to keep it within 10 points. I think Northwestern's live to cover that number.
It's fine covering. David asked if there was a chance that they were losing.
Well, if they're covering the number, they're in the game in some form or fashion.
They can lose by 20. Never
They can,
be in
but they also
doubt.
could be down by 7.
Damn it.
So,
Yeah.
and they could be,
Very
and they could be,
That's
they
fine.
could be like literally right there.
Okay.
USC is going back up. It's now 22 at some books. The total though is down to 72.5.
Yeah. 22, 21 and a half everywhere. Oh, man.
Route, right? This is a route. See, I think this is the difference between Oregon and USC. USC has already hung, I think, 63 and 56 points on teams this year so far.
Right.
They have no bones about hanging 50 plus. In fact, they're
Well,
going
they
in
have
there.
to.
They're going in there with the intention to hang. Correct. Because I do think we're going to see Colorado score.
Yeah.
So it won't be the 40-6 type of margin like we saw, or 47, whatever it is, 42-6. We won't see that margin there where they take the foot off the gas and then they'll keep going. It might be 40-20 or 40-27. And USC keeps going. Oklahoma. We're talking USC right now. Oklahoma.
No, I know. I don't have a USC hat. I have an Oklahoma hat, and I saw them on the rundown. So
they are.
I had
Later.
prepared.
Better to book it. That's a better to book it show.
That's why I got it ready.
Okay.
For
an hour from now.
I don't know what to make of this game sidewise.
Me too. I would agree. I like team.
Like, I'm not in a hurry. I mean, it's either lay it or just let it go.
Just bet USC.
Yeah, like it's
just bet USC.
I mean, I don't see enough interest. They don't have all the tools. They don't have all the guys. If Hunter was playing and all that other stuff, okay, they're going to score. They're going to trade scores. It's going to look more like the TCU game. I don't think it will. Like if USC scores on the first 3 possessions and it's 21-0 or 21-3, not that it's a wrap. Like they may stay within the number, but it's the doubt that the outcome is decided quickly again. So,
I think Caleb Williams tries to win the Heisman tomorrow.
Oh.
I think they're going. I think they're going to absolutely rip apart the Colorado defense. I don't know on the other side if Colorado can throw the ball, which I think they can, on USC. I'm not sure how many points. You could bet the over if you want, but I think the matchup for the game, the matchup is that offense for the Trojans against a really bad defense, and I don't need to worry about anything else. I know that matchup. I got a Heisman Trophy, #1 pick quarterback with weapons everywhere versus I'm not positive what's going on with Colorado's offense against a USC defense that can be had. So it could be 60-0. Game could stay under. Bless you.
Thank you.
I mean, they're not going to stop. USC is not going to stop. The game could stay under simply because Colorado can't score. So my inclination is to say it's 72.5 points. Bet under. It's ridiculous.
You're right.
But I don't know. UNLV is 11-point favorites at home against Hawaii. You're going to have to explain to me this because in my time of working with UNLV, this is my 4th year. I do not remember them being 11-point favorites against anybody.
I'd have to go back and look. I think the last time they were favored against like Howard.
And it was like 7 points.
And they lost. They were big favorites. No, it was like 20-something. This big a double-digit favorite at home. Scary. Hawaii's terrible. This is, you talk about like ripe for upset. This would be one of those ones that you would think would be ripe for upset.
Right, but
I don't think so. Lay it or nothing. No?
Wow. Lay it or nothing.
1 o'clock start?
I'm psyched for UNLV. I mean,
should we go?
This is going to be, I can. You want to go?
Shoot down there, take the kids.
See what's going on. I mean, UNLV is
open seating. It'll be pretty open.
But they're 3-1.
No, I know.
They beat Vanderbilt. They beat UTEP on the road 45-28 last week. They've scored 44, 40, and 45 points. Dave Odom's got a team. Dave Odom's got an offense.
Well, you heard our guy Adam. He didn't just come on and talk about, mascots without pants. He
Right.
said he'd go into the UNLV practices and impressed with the practices and the drills and the athletes. Got a real football team with a real football coach. It's good to see.
It is. I mean, in that stadium, they can recruit. I mean, shoot. They play Hawaii, then they're at Nevada for the battle for the Red Cannon, which is, I learned, a very, very, very big damn deal. Who gets to paint the cannon what color?
Right.
You're a UNLV family, Dave. You need to know this stuff now. This is important.
My daughter has been at a sporting event every single day in the past week.
For UNLV?
She was at a soccer game last night. They went to the
Wow.
volleyball game before they took Maddie to the volleyball game over the weekend.
Right.
She went to another volleyball game. Talking about going to I think a field hockey. I don't know what the hell's going on. I haven't seen Kelsey other than in passing for a week because she goes to class and then she goes to a sporting event.
Very cool. So they have Hawaii, then they're at Nevada for the big rivalry game. Colorado State at home, which would be a tough game. At Fresno, tough game.
Yep.
At New Mexico, a game they should be able to win. Home for Wyoming, they should be able to win that game. At Air Force, no way. And then San Jose State at home. So they win. They'll have 4 wins. They'll need 2 more wins to go to a bowl game.
Right.
Wyoming and New Mexico are the games they got to win. They win those 2 games, they're 6-6, and they're going to a bowl game.
Right.
In year 1. That would be phenomenal. You mentioned LSU and Ole Miss. And by the way, we can do Roll Call Friday here on the other side of these next 2 games because we'll get to the NFL. So it'll be a good time to break and get into Roll Call Friday. LSU laying 2.5 after their loss to Alabama. Sorry, excuse me. Ole Miss at home catching 2.5 after their loss to Alabama. LSU coming in. This is a must-win game for LSU, is it not? I need this for my LSU win bet total. I need this game.
Yeah. Save it. Oklahoma.
There you go.
Put on my BVB LSU colors hat for Butchie. Go Geaux Tigers. This is live to be upset now.
Oh, you like Ole Miss? I don't.
A little bit.
After what I watched last week.
That's why. Can't be. I mean, they can't. Can they be that bad again? I guess they could. I don't know.
It's a big game for Jaden Daniels for LSU. It's a big game for Jackson Dart of Ole Miss.
It's a good one for the chat. Light them up, chat.
Tough game to bet.
LSU -2.5, Ole Miss +2.5. Who you got? Tyler says he has Ole Miss as a small favorite here. Give me the fighting Kiffins. I don't know.
Hold on. Tyler, I would be curious if his model factors in the record of teams following a game against Alabama. Because historically speaking, they're horrific against the spread the week after playing Bama. It's been a bet against for a long time since I was down there. Betting against the team that goes and plays Bama the following week has been a very popular play.
Right.
So I'd be curious if does that actually factor it in or not.
Right.
I lean LSU.
We got an Ole Miss. We got a Tigers, LSU, Ole Miss, LSU, but not betting this. JC from KC. I don't know. KNEUX. EAUX.
Tough game.
Wow. I don't know. I'm leaning Ole Miss. That'll be the midweek, middle of the day spot, right? What time is that game?
Should be CBS primetime 3:30 Eastern, right? It's the game of the week in the SEC.
Is it? Where's it at? 3:00 Pacific, 6:00 Eastern.
Oh, it's the night game. Okay, interesting.
At Ole Miss.
ESPN
67.
ESPN
67. I don't know what network it's on. Somebody in the chat tell us.
It's the ESPN night game.
67 is the total. I haven't looked at this game. This is the first time legitimately on any show all week this show's been mentioned. We will text this to Jack to do a graphic for this. I think we should actually look at this. This is a big game.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is a big game.
Mm-hmm. Big game for LSU.
That's a dead under, no?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, you're talking about 45-24, 41-14, and 34-31 for LSU final scores.
My goodness.
LSU doesn't really play.
Crunchy is lighting up the super chat. I can't wait to get to all these games at the end. Crunchy, thank you very much, sir. I just looked down and saw a 20 spot. Thank you.
We'll do that all. Oh, wow. Yeah, there we go. Okay.
He's got a couple.
Currently, the no, I won't even say it. Forget it. Nothing.
Oh.
Roll them up, get them up, ready to go for Roll Call Friday. We'll do one more game. Well, one more game, and then we'll get into Roll Call Friday.
Okay, so right now in the chat, put your 3-digit area code and city. We need over 33. I think, what did I say? 36, 33.
Yes.
I can't remember. Whatever it is.
We did 36. We did 36 last week.
36 last week. Well, yeah. I like our chances today. There's a big group of people in here, and it's time where the influx of people for lunch, whether you're out west, whether you're out east, whether you're in another country. Leighton maybe just woke up. Leighton down in Australia. But here they come. 3-digit area code and city. So I don't have to look it up, and Perrault doesn't have to look it up. You help us if you do that. If you don't put the city, we'll try to find it. But city helps a lot. There they go. Boy, oh boy. Now it's flowing. All right. What's the next game?
Last one for college. Before we get to Bet It or Book It, we'll have more in Bet It or Book It. But there's a move on Kansas on the road at Texas. Numbers dropped down below 17. Now 16.5 for the Jayhawks.
I got the wrong T. I got the wrong T hat. I thought you were going to say Tennessee.
Texas.
Big
12 game.
Tejas. It is 16.5 at some places.
Yep.
16 or 6. It's painted 16 minimum, but there's half and half, 16.5.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell happened there?
Drop down?
No, flying up. What are you talking about? It was 16 before.
No, it was 17. It was 17.
It was a quick flash of 17. I don't think it lasted long.
Okay.
Huh. I don't know. Kansas keeps it close. I'm wrong on Texas. I'm wrong. I don't. Would you have a side in this?
Only money line.
Texas wins the game.
Yep. I think that this is a game I think you put into it. You could put Texas. I don't want to touch I think Kansas is 100% live to cover this. I'm very concerned.
She's relentless. She knows we're doing the show and she's relentless.
Just ignore it.
Every time I look down, I swear I want to stop the show, bring her on right now. I swear she knows we're doing the show. I love her to death. I swear to God. I kissed her goodbye today when she left for work at the crack ass of dawn because she's got inventory. Very, very important day for Mrs. Consig today at work. And I had to hear about it. Like, we're not working doing the show. Oh, she got me fired up. Damn. Leave me alone. We're working. Roll Call Friday. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go.
Go ahead. Start it off. Fire it up.
Put the black hat back on. All right. Wow. Look at this thing flowing. 313 Detroit. This is JPC the fourth, otherwise known as Claire Chick. Joe Claire Chick on the Twitter. He is unbelievable. He's a big fan of the show. He's here a lot.
Nice.
A lot. Appreciate you, sir. Always here, always on time. Whitrock 319 in Iowa City. Stevie Mack 918, Tulsa, Oklahoma. Capital M, capital K, head of security, along with Mikey Awesome. JC from KC 216, Cleveland, Ohio. Balmy, 73 degrees in Cleveland, Ohio, JC. Thank you, sir. Jimmy Jack, 4Ks. He's in 585, Rochester. Pierre Chevalier, 613, Ottawa. Dave's Daily Picks, 317, Lebanon, Indiana. Big day for Dave's Daily Picks. 60 days. My man, it's just getting started. We're proud of you. We're glad you're here. And it's just the beginning. So keep doing what you're doing. Vinny Konowinski, 260 Fort Wayne, Indiana. Big business in the 361, Three Rivers, Texas. What a crusher last night for the Texas Rangers. Stay strong. It's going to be a long weekend. You can be living and dying a lot with them pitches.
Every pitch.
You better hope they don't bring Chapman back in. He ain't got it. Chris Calderini, 217 Raymond, Illinois. Welcome to the show.
Circa live, Illinois today. Congrats to Circa.
Illinois.
They're
Go
live
see
today.
Benson at the Circa book in Illinois. Set up an account. Go see Zaid, our man Z, going down there to make some, shake some hands and make some connections. So welcome. AOWN. AOWN. Let's say 319 Independence. TP, are you with me? Question.
Independence, Kansas? Where?
Independence. That's all it says. 319. Look it up. 206. TP, are you with me? Question mark is 206. Go M's and Seahawks. Alan Smetana is in 507 Mankato, Minnesota. How about that? Zach O'Shea, we need a BVB live for Monday Night Football. It's been discussed, but we got stuff we got to do. We got Professor Perrault. We got some things.
We thought about it. Everyone's doing it.
We've discussed it. Yeah, like
everyone's doing it, and it's just not like.
If you guys are interested, you got to put it in the Discord.
Or push on it. If you guys really want it, push for it, and we might do it at some point this season. But we spent about 3 weeks discussing it in August, and then we kind of
we
poured cool water on
shelved it. But we not for Monday Night Football. What are we going to do? Compete against the Manning cast like that?
Right.
No, we're going to do it for
Sunday
something
night.
else. So we'll see. Linus Crimmage, my man, 905 Newcastle, Ontario. Addison, he's in the 812 B Town. Got to meet B Rad last weekend at an IU game. B Rad, who's B Rad? Addison, I'm not sure, but that's good. I'm glad.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle Meyer, 541 Eugene, Oregon, pardon me. Stephen Cook's in the 317 No City, but I believe 317 is also an Indiana area code.
It's our 5th person from Indiana.
Arctic 402 Omaha, Nebraska. Chris Otto 412 Pittsburgh, PA, 75 degrees, and the sun is out in Pittsburgh.
Wow.
Go to the Pirate game. It's going to be good. They're playing the Marlins. George Pavlik, 973 Hillside, New Jersey. By the way, Otto was at a place called Alexion's, which is right next to Manny's, where Raymaker Lou and the boys go and watch the show. Alexion's is the bar right next to it. You were either an Alexion's guy or a Manny's guy back in the day.
Alexion sounds like a strip club.
What's that?
Alexion sounds like a strip club.
No, it's a very old school, like shot in a beer type place with really good food. But yes, Alexion's is tremendous. George Pavlik, 973 Hillside, New Jersey.
Nice.
Eron Sean, 703 Centerville, Virginia.
Nice.
George Mason, 902 Prince Edward Island. That got to be the most eastern part of North America of anyone that's watching the show.
They're in the Atlantic time zone.
Well, I'm going to guess. I'm going to guess that Georgie Mason is our only person in the Atlantic time zone watching the show.
Best oysters.
Really?
Duxbury's close behind, but PEI oysters are my favorite. I'm a huge fan of PEI.
Oysters. All right. We'll take your word for it. Maybe we can go do a show there and get some oysters. Sean Powers, 817 Fort Worth. Raider Nation over in London in the UK. DGen 4TW, 972 Dallas. At the beach, PCB for the weekend. A lot of guys are getting in some beach time right now. I never went to the beach in September.
Oh, yeah.
That's nice.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
John, 724, Greensburg, PA. Mikey Awesome, of course, 757 ODU, Brigadeville, Bad News, Virginia. And again, happy birthday to Mrs. Mikey Awesome. CBW 315 Oswego, New York. It's 69 glorious, rain-free, all weekend degrees.
Good for you.
2 weeks in a row. It's not raining on Friday in Oswego. That's good. Andy Caston in the 702. Sorry about those Packers, Andy. I mean, nothing we can do. That's just, they're bad. Good thing you're here in Vegas. Well, the Vegas Raiders are bad too. Never mind. Roger Long, 765. Guess where? Clinton, Indiana. Another.
6 Indianas.
Indiana. Wow. Isaac Rice, 215. Philadelphia. It's cloudy there.
That's our 5th PA.
Degrees.
Our 5th PA person.
Yeah, we got some PA people. Sonic, 602 Phoenix. He's multitasking at work. Sonic, God bless you, sir. Get your work done. It's no big deal. Everything's fine.
Do your
thing. Appreciate you doing everything that you do for the show with the wrench in the chat and everything else. JR 33312 702 Vegas, but Johnny Parlay is a native of 513 Dayton, Ohio. That's right. Johnny Parlay. Ross Randall 978. Now, is this Amesbury or Amesbury or how do you say
Amesbury? Amesbury, Mass.
Okay. I mean, because you guys mispronounce all the
correct. Yes, it's actually it is spelled and properly pronounced. Yes,
Amesbury, Massachusetts. Era. Oh boy, Era. I'm sorry, I'm going to completely butcher this last name. Era Abrahamian.
Great.
Era Abrahamian is in the 818 Northridge. That's California.
Yep.
Okay. Very good. Thank you. Welcome to the show, Era. Perry Roscoe, 216, home of the Polish boy. Welcome. Eric Prezano, 516, Seaford, New York. Raymaker, 512, Sweet Lou from the 412, Pittsburgh. Sam Licata, 314, St. Louis, Mizzou. Mizzou beats LSU next weekend? Hold on. Listen, Sam.
There's some really new states popping up. This is really neat.
This is fantastic.
Cool. This is cool.
Akbar, my guy, 703 Nova, Stephaниeville. She's going to be on the show on Monday, Akbar. Set your clock, set your watch. She's coming on. I'm going to have her give you a personal shout out. Don't let me forget, Akbar.
Stephaниeville. How about that?
Jay Dow
tremendous.
410. Currently driving through Annapolis, Maryland, home of nearby the Baltimore Orioles, where Jay Dow's working on getting tickets to some baseball games. Perrault, hopefully it's an off week for you with the kid, because we might need to take an emergency trip to go see a playoff baseball game in person at Camden Yards. I'm not saying, I'm just saying.
All right.
Might be happening. Santana, 928, Yuma, Arizona. It's solid 94 degrees there. Coos. Did Coos add another O to his name? 404 in the ATL. That would be in Atlanta, Georgia. Bruce Abs. I'm sure Bruce has great abs. He got 2 B's in his abs. 651, St. Paul, Minnesota. Crunchy with another 10 spot. My God, Crunchy Beaver. I will say your name 10 times if I have to. Thank you, sir. Crunchy Beaver, Crunchy Beaver, Crunchy Beaver, Crunchy Beaver. He's in the 8. No, I forget. I don't even know what area code Crunchy's in. Just keep hitting that super chat. We appreciate you, sir. PB 941, Venice, Florida, down there with that iguana or that lizard or whatever the hell that was with Mrs. PB representing that hat. Stephen Cook is in 317. Perrault, guess where 317 is?
Where?
Indianapolis, Indiana.
Another one.
Unbelievable.
What's interesting is that I might need to start keeping track of not just the states, but how many people are from which state. Because Indiana's in the lead. Indiana's got 7 minimum.
Representing.
I could have missed. We got at least 7 people in Indiana.
Well, we got that boy D is in a 214 Dallas, Texas.
Texas too.
Jesse Photo, 217, Champaign, Illinois. Boy, I like this. Andy O's in 864 Woodruff, South Carolina.
Yeah.
Andy's here all the time representing South Carolina along with Mr. C, Chris Covey. He said it's 80 degrees down there. It's got to be perfect too. David's in 920 Styles Junction. Where is that? David.
Styles Junction?
Styles Junction.
No,
920 area code. 920. Crunchy Beaver's in a 719.
Wisconsin.
Okay, good. Crunchy's in 719. That's southernish Colorado.
Oh, nice.
Bear Mauling's in the house. Welcome, sir. 702 Las Vegas via 8989 Saginaw, Sagnasty, Michigan. it's the last week that he's doing graveyard. He's off to the swing shift, baby. So he'll be in here a little bit more often. The dude's got to sleep once in a while, working at multiple jobs. Jordan One-Star Gorov's in the 702 Hendertucky, Nevada. If you know, you know. Henderson, Hendertucky. Deuce Daly, 603 Windham, New Hampshire.
Yep.
Okay. Wow. Zach O'Shea's in a 563 Dubuque, Iowa. Is that how you say that? Dubuque, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Dubuque, Iowa.
Yep.
Corey Macbeth, 402 Omaha. People in Omaha are finding the show. Welcome,
there we
Corey.
go. I
Appreciate
love it.
you, sir. Football Guy 97's in the PA side of Pennsylvania. The other side, not Pittsburgh. He's in the 570 Williamsport, PA, home of the Little League World Series. Jack Brown is in 931 Iron City, Tennessee. There's an Iron City?
Yeah.
How about that? There's a beer in Pittsburgh known as Iron City beer. It's terrible, but it puts hair on your lip and makes you really have a bad hangover. But Iron City, Tennessee, welcome to the show. RJ Mathis, 630 Batavia, Illinois. Is that right? I think Batavia is correct. That's how you say it.
Sure. I'll take your word for it.
Tyler Wyatt's in 773. Oh, Tyler's in Chicago.
Addison says B-Rad is brigade member from Indiana.
Well, welcome, B-Rad. I didn't know that. Originally, where Tyler puts his head down every night is in the 865 Knox Vegas, he calls it.
What's clear is that the BVB is big in the Midwest. Yes, I would concur with
it's
that.
Growing every day.
Yeah,
it's unbelievable. Adam Pyatt, 319 Cedar Rapids.
Yeah,
Chris
Iowa, Illinois, and Indiana. Those are the three states that are by far the most heavily represented right now.
It is, right? Like James H.
three.
is in a 780 Edmonton, Alberta. Thank you, sir. It'll be winter there soon, but at least the Oilers are starting. That's good. Matt Gentry, 480 Mesa, Arizona. Man, oh man, Independence, Iowa. This is tremendous. I think we got them all.
Yep, that's good. That's 35 states in 3 countries. Canada, US, and London.
Flip just came in at 319 in the hizzy.
Where's that?
319? That's
Iowa.
Still Iowa, right?
That's Iowa. Yeah, that's Iowa. So another Iowa.
America, baby.
That's a lot. Next week I'll keep track of the number of states. I'll list them all out, and then I'll check off number of states that people are in, because that'll be fun to see how many. Because Indiana definitely was the most heavily, but Iowa was quickly right behind. So
I want to shout out our friend Austin too. Austin runs the book in Indiana.
Okay.
And he sent me a text yesterday. I forgot to text it to you. I had no idea your show was re-aired on Sports Grid every night.
Yes.
So now he sets it to remind him.
Cool.
He comes home from work and to unwind, watches the show.
Nice.
And I said, set up a place in the book and we'll come to Indianapolis and do the show from the book. And we'll have a BVB Brigade meetup or something there. So put that out there in the ether, see what happens.
Hey, let's do it. I'm down. All right, let's get to the NFL. We have our first games in London. Jags are laying 3 against Atlanta. I heard I've listened to and seen a lot of people write that the Jaguars are the side, the Falcons are frauds, and that Jacksonville knows how to play in London. So take the Jags off of what happened last week, the bad loss that they suffered at home.
Okay.
Agree?
So that's decided right there.
Do you agree?
We don't have to discuss that. I hate these London games.
Okay.
You had there it is right there. Looks great, by the way, on the replay. If you guys watch the replay on Sports Grid, if you're up, tweet at us at the show at Boston versus the book or something like that, so we know and so they know people are watching. It looks great there on the graphic. Do you recommend playing the London games? No, but the board isn't that great this week, so yes. I like Jacksonville too, but it's not like this is a boring ass game, no?
6:30 in the morning, our time. Breakfast and football.
Breakfast and football.
Can't hate it. I like it. Buffalo's laying 2.5 to Miami at home. Total is 54.5.
Bills are the sharp side.
Over, right?
Professionals, and the Dolphins are the public side, and all the people. Sometimes the people win, sometimes the pros win.
Over.
Over? That's a high number, Perrault.
It's not. 7 of the last 10 times games in Buffalo between Miami and the Bills have gone over.
Really?
Yep.
How did the Juice, his roll call did not get read? I apologize,
Sorry.
the Juice. Put it in there now. I'll catch it now.
I'm
A
wearing
lot of things happening.
I'm wearing your shirt.
The Juice?
I'm kidding.
Roll call. Oh, you got a roll call for that too?
Gets a W.
DJ Thump said, let's do roll call on Friday. Call in today.
Unbelievable.
I was like, whoa. I hope DJ Thump, if you're listening to the show, I'm going to come find you on Sunday. No. He's doing that show. He's doing that show at the Palms. He's emceeing that show.
Okay.
So I'm going to run over there.
Say, hey, that's our thing.
No. I want him to come on. I want
Right.
him to come on after he finishes his show. Dial in. Say hi, DJ Thump.
Oh my God. Yes.
He will be great.
Who are you taking? Buffalo or Miami?
I would take Buffalo. I'm
Me too.
not even talking about this game, betting this game. Look, I will watch this game, maybe play it in game.
Right.
Pre-game, no idea. I love Miami, but I would bet Buffalo.
Give me Buffalo. I agree. Pittsburgh at Houston. Big move on the home dog. You afraid of here?
Yeah, I sent it in. I sent it into the
Bettis
show.
Texans?
Yeah.
CJ Stroud's gonna beat you?
+3. It's just back-to-back road games. It's a spot. It's one of those things. I'm like, I said that when I sent it, I like the game under.
Always.
It's a
Steelers.
snooze fest.
It's the Steelers game. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
what are we doing here? Steelers defense limits CJ Stroud in that offense. But the same thing happens with Pittsburgh. I still think they're trying to find their identity. Like watching it in person, that whole side, they can't pass block. And they're not running enough to just dictate everything. So I said it's an under game. That was the play. That was the official pick was the under.
Under. Okay, yeah.
But I said sidewise, I lean Houston. You?
Under. Haven't bet it, but it's on my radar. My only concern, rookie quarterbacks up against the Steeler defense. Pick sixes and turnovers and stuff like that.
Right.
That's my worry for the game. Is if Stroud has a really rough game, because the Patriots made him look really rough early in his career, and I think the thing that could happen here with the Steelers, it's tough when you've got teams. No, it wasn't the Patriots. Who did he look awful against in his first that preseason start? Was it the Patriots?
Who?
Stroud. Remember his first preseason start? Yeah, he looked horrible.
Who cares about that?
Well, I mean, just he got confused. I think the Steelers might be able to confuse him. That's my worry.
Marcelo Unda just came in and said he heard a stat. Thomas 23-4 versus rookie QBs.
Right. There you go. See, that's the problem. That's why I haven't bet this game. I can't bring myself around to the idea that a rookie quarterback's going to keep himself in the game against Mike Tomlin.
Right.
That really makes me worried.
The Juice is in 480 Scottsdale, Arizona.
Nice.
So just
there we
want to
go.
shout him out
Very
there.
cool.
And he said, and this is going to be a popular one for props. Let's see. Over 3.5 receptions, Tank Dell.
He's on my. Yeah, I've told you about this. This is my strategy for my high stakes fantasy team is to bank on receivers for the Texans. Tank Dell and Nico Collins are both weekly starts for me.
This was Irizarry's prop for the weekend on this morning's show. So
yeah,
don't hate it. You do all these other shows, and these guys give you these props.
Don't hate it. I mean, the question is, do they get open, and does CJ Stroud have the time to find his receivers? That's going to be my question. That's
the question of the game.
His line sucks. His line's absolutely awful. They have had multiple games with multiple starters out. Check the offensive line for the Texans as to who's playing and who is not, because it could be a big game for you. Want to bet props? TJ Watt to have a sack.
Yeah, the sack numbers aren't priced right. Like the sack numbers aren't priced. They're trying. I mean, listen, there's some business going on with the sacks.
Okay.
With the quarter sacks numbers,
okay,
minus a quarter, minus a half, minus 0.75, or over under. Those places don't do that. Just do over half a sack. They're not priced right. It should be priced way more, and it's not. So
TJ Watt, yes.
Yeah.
To record a sack, I think he'll have one.
Right.
Speaking of low totals, how low is too low? 39. Cleveland, Baltimore.
That's not too low.
39.
Yeah, 37 or lower. That's when you got to get really like that's might be too low. This is the lowest total on the board. Yes, it is. Perrault. Nice work. Wow. There's not another total below 41.
This is low.
You think it goes over?
No, but it could. Feels like a 20-17 type game, but it's right there. Like it's right there. It's one score away from getting over.
Oh. You buy that Baltimore's the side?
This is the biggest prove it game for the Browns for me. Browns win this game, I'll start to believe.
A lot of people talking about the Browns defense being like so good and all this other stuff, and their stats are great. They've played 3 caca offenses.
But the Baltimore Ravens offense is not great right now.
It's not.
So
that's the problem. So
they're in the game. Cleveland's in the game. They're in the game in the fourth quarter.
Sean Powers just came in the chat and said Watson might not play. Deshaun Watson is questionable. Did you know that?
Did not know that.
Thank you, chat. JC from KC as well. Deshaun Watson is questionable.
He's playing. What do you mean he's questionable? He's questionable with a shoulder injury. He's playing.
I'm just reading the chat. I have no idea.
He's listed as questionable. He hurt it while he's throwing shoulder while running the ball on Sunday against the Titans. Stefanski said today.
He practiced all week?
Yep. He's hopeful that he can play. Right. Watson barely threw during the portion of Friday's practice squad that the media saw. Did some light throwing later in the day. Dorian Thompson-Robinson starts, and you can pretty much hammer the Baltimore Ravens if that kid starts.
Really?
DTR is not an NFL quarterback yet. He's not ready.
We'll see.
Yeah, that's no. That's,
Sean Powers said he barely threw at practice today.
Just read that. That's literally what I read. He's reading the same things that I'm reading off ESPN.
Right.
Yeah. So Eagles minus 9.5 against the Commanders. This is too heavy, is it not? This is a conference game, a divisional game. What are we doing? 9.5. No.
How many points Washington scored last week at home?
If I'm not in any contest, but if I was in a picks contest, this is a game I would take plus 9.5. This is a contest play.
Good luck. Backdoor cover.
Maybe.
Commanders aren't winning this game. Not this week. They got a better shot of winning it in Washington, but nah. They're gonna eat up their offense.
It's going down. It's not 8.5. Full point down from this morning.
That's the only place in the world that it's 8.5.
FanDuel's 8.5
everywhere.
FanDuel's 8.5. It was 9.5 this morning.
Yeah. Well,
now
they gotta find the bottom. That's great. It's good on them. I'm still not sure what exactly they're doing there, but that's good. They need to be doing that.
Right.
I mean, Circa's at 9.5. Who do you want in that matchup?
Plus 9.5.
I'll lay 8.5.
Dallas is down to 6.5. Totals going up to 43.5. What is that? How is this going to be an over game? This is an over game? What?
I think the talk that you'll hear on all the talking head shows over the weekend will be the coaching mismatch. This is another one where, Belichick will own Dak and McCarthy and all this other stuff.
He didn't own him last year.
Yeah.
Patriots threw up over themselves and should have won the game at home.
Yeah.
Now, you could say it was the offense's fault, and there was a lot of bad. That was one of the worst games called by the former combo offensive coordinators, whatever the hell you want to call that Tweedledee and Tweedledum thing that they had going on last year. Bill O'Brien. There's a lot of talk in New England about this being a must-win game for Mac Jones.
Why?
Because they'd be an
out-of-conference game on the road becomes a must-win game?
Because they'd be 1-3. And this is a team that they should be able to beat because of what happened last week against the Arizona Cardinals.
Got a nice crowd in here right now before bonus time and all that is going to start. You guys tell us. You got Dallas minus 6.5 or Patriots plus 6.5?
Plus 6.5 is the pro side. I'll probably be on it as well. Public side's the Cowboys.
Totals under.
I would agree. That's my play on the game.
Total's under.
I don't understand this. I'm waiting for 44.
Keep saying under. It's not scares me. I mean, because
I'm waiting for 44. I'm just waiting for 44. You give me 44 and I'll bet under.
44. Well, Superbook put up 44 right now.
Okay, so there we go.
So there's a bunch of 43 and a half. So
it's gonna get there. It's the plays are on the over, whether it's a head fake or not. The plays on the over at the moment. Number has stayed pretty steady all week at 6.5.
Raider Nation says Mac Jones is 0-9 as a dog. Really? New England, Cowboys, Patriots, New England, outright, Patriots, Dallas, Patriots, Dallas. Zeke coming back.
What's up?
Ezekiel Elliott.
Oh, that's Zeke.
Oh, you got a different Zeke? You know a Zeke? Everybody knows a Zeke.
My hair guy's my Zeke. He watches the show.
Really?
Yeah.
Hi, Zeke. Hopefully he's still watching the show.
Yeah. He's got twins he's got twin boys. So when when he's with the boys, he'll throw the show on.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. 3 picks. They stopped throwing 3 picks. Dak?
He's gonna throw 3 picks, but I think he'll throw 1. I think Dak throw 1. I like that prop. I like that prop for sure.
Right.
Dak throw a pick. Yep.
Man, oh man.
I like that.
So that's going to be a good. Is that the game of the afternoon?
Probably, yeah. It's a good one. This one too. Niners are laying 14 against Arizona. This has got to be your survivor pick of the week. This violates my rule, by the way, but I'm comfortable with this because of the complete and utter domination that San Fran has over the Cardinals. It is unbelievable. Kyle Shanahan owns whoever is coaching the Cardinals.
Yep. I don't want 14. How do you lay? How do you take?
No, just money line it. Survivor pick it.
You're good using San Francisco?
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's my pick. This is my
feel better about San Francisco than Philadelphia?
Yep. Conference game. That's a conference game. And no way in hell am I taking a survivor pick on an NFC East conference game. No way. It's only because of the number being so crazy on the 49ers up against Arizona that I would say take it for a survivor. I wouldn't lay the 14 points. I wouldn't take the 14 points.
Right. Look,
they win the game by 10. Minimum.
Flip just dropped the 20. Flip on there. Appreciate you, sir.
Nice.
We got a bunch of things to talk about in the BBB bonus time. This would be great.
It's coming.
It's great. Our boys are using this, right? The boys?
Yeah, I wasn't going to say because I don't know if they want that out there or not.
Okay.
Just from
our boys.
Strategic standpoint, we know someone who's taking San Francisco.
Right.
Chargers laying 5.5 against the Raiders.
Who's playing quarterback for the Raiders?
We don't know yet. It
How
looks
do we
like
not know that.
It looks like it's Garoppolo though.
How do we not know that?
Because I think it's a game time. He has a clear protocol. Oh no! Wow. Chandler Jones just got arrested.
Yeah.
Damn. For what? Why'd they arrest him?
I don't know.
He was crazy on social media yesterday.
Yeah, that was nuts.
He really lost his mind, like legitimately lost his mind. It was really scary to watch. What did they charge him with, though? He violated a domestic violence temporary restraining order.
Oh,
God.
He's
never playing in the league again. Chandler Jones will never play in the league again. He just, I don't know what happened to that. That family's
got arrested last night. That's what the guy said. Wow.
Not a shock given what he was
doing.
Somebody
said last night. Somebody said 5 hours ago. Guys, when you put something in a chat that's actually like needs to be confirmed factual, please just be factual. Because I read it and like,
he was arrested today.
Okay.
Associated Press. Now, when today, 5 hours ago was still today. Overnight was 1 a.m. was still today. So Friday begins at 12:01. So technically all those comments can be correct. But he's been listed as an inmate at the Clark County Detention Center.
Oh, man. Well, hopefully he gets the help he needs.
He went through everything. He accused Mark Davis of stuff. He accused Josh McDaniels of crazy things with Aaron Hernandez. He accused Josh McDaniels of killing Aaron Hernandez. That's like legitimately. He said it out loud.
Wow.
Like he went from laughing to crying like the Joker on one video. You can see it on my Twitter account. It's crazy. I mean, that family's got a history of some mental issues. It's really sad. for how amazing athletes they are. They do have some issues with
That's
mental.
John Jones's brother, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Back to the game. You like the Chargers here, right?
Yeah, I don't like the Raiders. I saw enough in person. If Jimmy G plays, definitely. If the backup plays, I still like the Chargers. Chargers got to have that breakout game, right? I feel like this is it. But again, hard game,
here
5.5.
By the way, I'll just say this fast before we get off of Sports Grid really quickly. The NFL has just changed their gambling policy. The NFL and the NFLPA are modifying its gambling policies. There will now be an increased discipline for gambling on NFL games. Now a violation is a 1 year, and 2 if a player bets on his own team. Any game fixing will result in banishment. The message from the NFL and the NFLPA: don't bet on the NFL. Automatic 1 year. You bet on NFL games being an NFL player, automatic 1 year suspension. You bet on the game involving your own team, you're gone for 2 years. Damn. Okay.
Is that for all personnel?
Looks that way. Yeah, looks that way. Okay. Sports Grid and Sirius XM. Thank you guys being here. We appreciate all of you. Have a great weekend. We'll talk to you coming up on Monday. For you guys who are live on YouTube and on Twitter, we got a lot more to come. It's time for bonus time. Okay, a couple quick ones.
Yep.
Casey's gonna kill the Jets, right?
Yeah. I stacked up every Kansas City hat that I have to use to talk about this game. Yes. I mean, is there anything that makes you want to take the Jets?
No, the number is low enough that I'm confused.
It's coming down. This is what they do. They take the Jets every week.
I don't understand.
They had them last week against the Patriots. You know, every person that, you know, in the space that is respected money, sharp money, professional side. They had the Jets last week. How'd they do last week? I can't remember. Do you remember?
Not good.
They played the Patriots. That was last week, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they didn't do shit. Are they going to do something against Kansas City this week?
No.
This is the biggest upset of the week if the Jets win this game. It ain't happening.
Curse of Taylor Swift. Here we go.
Oh, would you stop? Would you stop?
We are all going to be of Taylor Swift during that broadcast.
What?
NBC is going to show her non-stop.
Seriously?
This is the biggest TV show every week, biggest ratings, and your wife, daughter, girlfriend will watch it with you if they don't otherwise.
Because she's in a booth?
100%. Happened last week. It's the most watched game for women 12 to 49 of the week. It'll be the most watched game, but now you're going to get monster female ratings on Sunday Night Football.
Really?
100%. Not even a question. Monster. Because now it's the second time. Have you seen the secondary ticket prices for this game? Because Taylor Swift will be there.
No.
Through the roof.
Seriously?
They want to go because they want to be in the building because Taylor Swift will be in the building. Folks that missed the Eras tour that didn't see Taylor, they're going to want to see Taylor at the game.
Really?
100%.
You got to be nuts.
They're
What's wrong?
driving the ticket prices up.
All
folks
marks.
that didn't want to go, they want to go to the game now.
It's unbelievable.
Because Taylor Swift's going to be in the building.
It's you're all marks. All of you. All of you. This is such a work, the whole thing. Putting Travis Kelce over. Wrestling move, whatever you want to call it. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. She's going to be around all the way to the Super Bowl. Kansas City coming to Vegas. They're going to come to Vegas. Kansas City will be here. We're going to be here in December. What the hell? You see, I mean, the Raider prices, I have a feeling, are going to go down because the Raiders are going to keep losing. Now, Green Bay comes here next. We'll see if Green Bay comes because Green Bay didn't look too good either.
Right. No,
well,
they'll
Kansas
come.
City comes
they'll come.
here.
And a lot of people who live here are from Green Bay or from Wisconsin. So Taylor Swift's concert starts back up again on November in Brazil.
Oh, she's out of the country
in November, and then she comes back, and then in February over the Super Bowl, she's in Japan. She's in Tokyo, so she will not come to Vegas.
Oh, all right. She'll cancel Japan to come here.
She goes overseas. This is what I've told everybody. She goes overseas starting in late January and doesn't come back until I guess she plays over in Tokyo and Australia in February. Then then March she's in Singapore. Then she has the month of April off. So I guess you could see Kelsey in April. And then May, June, July, August, all overseas. Then comes back for September, and then in October and November, she's back playing dates in the United States. This all ends. The point I'm saying is this all ends. Even if this is real, which is this is not real. But even if it was real between Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift,
not real.
This is a cuffing season relationship.
A what?
Cuffing season relationship.
Say the word again. Cuffing?
Cuffing. Cuffing.
What the hell does that even mean?
Cuffing means you get a boyfriend or a girlfriend when you're bored. You have downtime. Need something to do.
Like a cuff? Like you got arrested?
Chink. Yeah. It's just cuffing season. Just go ahead and grab onto it. You just need someone to, even if it is real, and I don't believe that it is, but let's say it is real. This is not, they're not getting married. They're not having kids. It's not.
Oh, look at that face. You're frozen.
That's pretty good though. I did make a phone call. Let's see, am I back? 1, 2.
There you go.
I'm back. Now I'm back. I did make a phone call yesterday telling them why is it still happening, and they told me they were going to look at it to address it. So we'll see.
Okay.
That's only the first time we froze. That's an hour.
Yeah,
45,
that's good.
Hour 45 in, we've had only one freeze. So
good luck if you want to take the Jets, it's good. Ranieri did say something yesterday that I thought was hilarious to me. He said he asked if Taylor Swift's mom was coming to the game because Zach Wilson could use the help. I was like,
but the mom might be coming though, because the Kelce's, who knows? Maybe that's when they'll hang out. The moms will meet. I guess this has been what Madeline told me is I guess it's an MO of Taylor to meet the mom early. That's what she does.
Get it out of the way.
She does it a lot. She wins over the moms. That someone she's dating, she tends to go and tries to meet the moms. It's kind of like I don't know. It makes her look more wholesome. So it's sort of it's what she does, I guess.
Okay. I don't know.
Nor do I. Okay. Boxing here tomorrow night.
Yep.
Canelo against Charlo here in Vegas.
It's a lay down, right?
Probably so. I don't know. Charlo weighs a lot. He's the heaviest he's ever been for a fight. Going into this, they both weighed in. This fight's there. All I'm going to say, same thing I've said every single time. This goes to the cards. There's no way that Canelo can lose.
Right.
He has to be knocked out. And I don't think Charlo can knock him out. So this is sort of big fight. It will be lots of people coming into town. But just like what happened.
T-Mobile?
Yep. Just like all the other fights, just like what we saw with with Alexa Grasso. You bring the people, we're not taking your belt. Vegas won't do it. Our judges will not do it. It's as fixed and set in stone as there is in sports in this town. What is now set up, though, is Fury and Usyk will fight in December. We finally have this fight signed. Not here. Saudi Arabia. Yeah, it'd be great if it was here. Saudi Arabia.
Oh, God, I was going.
But here's the funny part. He's going to fight Francis Ngannou 2 months prior to this.
Here?
I don't know where that fight's going to be. I think it's all no, it's over there. It's Saudi Arabia. It's over there too.
Prior, meaning in October?
Yes.
It's next month. It's like 2 days away.
Yeah.
When is he fight? So he's going to have a fight and then fight this fight 2 months later?
Yeah. If you need any indication as to whether or not the fight against Ngannou is even like close to being real, well, that's a Tupac one. Hold on, this is what I'm looking for. October 28th.
Wow.
You fight Fury and Usyk have signed contracts to fight in Saudi Arabia.
So fight that's could take place. Real fight, though, is it not?
Yeah, but so it's a heavyweight unification bout fight. It's a gigantic fight to be the unified champion of the world.
Right.
But to give you an idea, he's fighting 2 months prior Ngannou. So if you ever thought, like, was the Ngannou fight on his mind? Is there any concern that he won't fight and beat Ngannou? He's already booked his next opponent 2 months later. He's going to come out of there with no injuries and nothing to worry about. Just FYI on that. So before we get to the super chats, let me quickly do our thing we call.
I got the doctor's parlay too. So what do you want to do
after
that?
better? Yeah, after better to book it, we'll do the doctor's parlay. We'll roll through the things fast.
Yep.
Louisville minus 3.5 against NC State.
Okay.
Utah.
Home dog.
Louisville.
Bet it.
Louisville's winning that game like last night. Tulsa. They're running off the field.
Blowout. Okay.
Louisville's going to run them off the field.
Very good.
Utah against Oregon State under 44.5.
Bet it. I like this too.
BYU +1 at home against Cincinnati.
Bet it.
Okay. USC team total over 47.5 against Colorado.
They scored it. They've been over this all 3 games, right? Bet it.
They scored in the 60s. I think they might score in the 60s.
Put 50 burger.
Yeah. I don't want to put around anything else except that. I'm wearing a dirty Auburn hat. This is going to be a dirty football game.
What? That hat is nasty.
Nasty, dirty Auburn hat. This is a nasty, old, crusty, not Auburn, good old working hat. Auburn's going to work Georgia. Georgia wins. Auburn scares them on the plains. Home dog +14.5.
Really? All right.
Better to book it.
I'll say book it.
All right. Iowa State catching 20 from Oklahoma.
I ain't got that many college hats. I got this one for the softball team last year. And I said, oh, he put Oklahoma on the list. You want the dog in this?
Too many
They
points.
ain't scoring enough points.
Oklahoma hasn't faced a real defense. Iowa State can play defense. And I've seen this game in the past. Oklahoma will have a problem with Iowa State. They will not run them off the field completely.
All right. Convince me. We'll bet it.
They lose, but I think they keep it within 3 touchdowns.
If you say so.
I
have no interest in betting this. I think this number, again, is perfect. It's going to come down to like an Iowa keep it close and cover surprises you more, or an Oklahoma blowout surprises you more.
Oklahoma destroying them like 50-0 would surprise me a lot.
Like 48-17.
It's live because of turnovers, and if Iowa State
Right,
can't
that's
move
what
the
I
football.
mean.
It's
Like
live. It's live. But Oklahoma, I think Oklahoma could be kept down. Remember, Red River's next week.
Oh.
Right?
Okay.
Hold on.
All right.
Hold on. Let me
Is
make
it?
sure that's right. It's either next week or the week after. Hold on. For Oklahoma schedule. Oklahoma, yeah. They play Red Rivers next week. Yeah.
It's a good spot to take the dog.
Yeah. The biggest game of the year is after this and should be an easier thing. NFL games. I'm teasing Buffalo down to 47.5. Go over. Taking KC down to 2.5. Lay it.
Can't imagine the amount of exposure that's on Kansas City going to that night game. Every game's going to be on us. You like over in a Buffalo game? Anything with Kansas City's good. I think
7-3 to the over. The last 10 times Buffalo has played
That's a
at home
winner.
against Miami.
Bet it.
Okay. Pats Dallas under 43.5.
Bet it.
Raiders +5.5 against the Chargers.
Not for me. You can have that one. I don't want that one. I'll book that one. I like the Chargers.
They're going to put a little bit of a fear in them on that.
It'll be a hell of a game.
Before we do the super chats,
Yep.
our questions, let's do the doctor's parlay for today.
All right.
These are money lines, or these with the spread?
So he did it like this. He said, let's see. I included times. Don't recommend the 5-teamers, but he gave us a Friday night game
Okay.
to then roll into Saturday as well. Before we get those, Nikki the Blade sent the triple Ds.
Okay.
Nebraska plus 17.5. Old Dominion. ODU made it on the list plus 14.5. And Kent State plus 14.5. Those are the triple digit.
That Nebraska
dogs.
number is gone, though. Just FYI, you can't find that number.
What is it?
16.5.
Okay. Well, it's still double digits.
Yeah.
Double digit dogs. He said, we referred to Kent State back east as Kent Reed, Kent Wright, Kent State, but they can fucking cover.
Nice.
It's literally what he wrote. Excellent work.
That's
great. He really does good work. These are amazing. So he said the three middle ones here are the real plays. Dealer's choice if you want to open Friday night or not.
What's the Friday game?
Utah plus
he's fading he's money line. He's fading the world.
Yeah, so it's the plays are always plus the points, but the round robin you put together on the money lines. So he likes Utah plus the points.
Wow,
all right. This is the doctor now.
Better about my under. All right.
All right. So you can use Utah as the lead dog
to roll it over if you want.
To go to Friday or to go to Saturday. The three plays, if you do that, Syracuse.
Nice.
Game number 126. Syracuse. That's a noon Eastern game. He literally wrote it out, and he wrote noon for Matt.
Okay.
144 Duke money line.
Oh my.
Yep. 7:30 p.m. Eastern. 189 Houston against Texas Tech.
Yeah. Big 12 game.
That's a 3:30 p.m. And then he said if you don't want to use the Utah game, the fourth game is Florida.
Everyone
to beat
Florida.
UK.
Yeah.
So that's the doctors right there for you all.
For y'all. Look at you dropping a y'all.
Oh, I feel like
let me throw that to give you what the odds on that would be. So Syracuse money line.
Yep.
Duke money line. Oh my God, the Duke money line would be just.
What is that? Plus 210? Plus 200? Somewhere in that neighborhood?
Duke money line is that's plus 172.
Okay.
Houston is a 330 kick. Houston is playing Texas Tech.
Yep.
And then that is wow. Okay, that's okay. Let's get rid of that. And then the fourth game is Florida money line.
If you use just Saturday, you can use Utah tonight in Oregon State, and you have a lead. If they win outright, you have that.
Yeah, that's 75-1 if you use Utah just for on those four. If you use all five, and you're going to throw in the Gators up against LSU,
that's absurd.
It's going to be nuts.
200-1. Some ridiculous number.
Florida plays. What time do they play?
Kentucky.
What time?
It starts at noon Eastern.
Wow, okay. Up there it is.
Back up top.
Oh my God. It's 150-1.
Yeah. But he said play them plus the points. The plays are always plus the points. Don't forget that. You always play the plays plus the points. But then the money line round robin is to, set up a vacation. One of those hits, you get a free vacation or small car.
A $50 bet is $7,323.
Right. That's what I'm saying. You go change everything with that one. Change it all. Good luck.
Holy Christmas. Yeah. Wow. So if you take it with the points.
It's a 3-game parlay plus the points. Each one pays 6-1. You do the round robin. So each one pays 6-1, and then 12-1 or 13-1, depending where you shop for the 4-teamer. Go 3 out of 4, you make money.
I mean, it's pretty good. I mean, that 5-leg is 35-1.
Yeah.
With the points. Whoo, baby. Love it. All right.
There you go.
I'll be investing in that. Okay. It is time for super chats before we get to favorite thing about today.
Let's go.
You guys, Dave's Daily Picks. Not sure I can stick around long, guys, but today, 60 days sober. You've helped me keep sober. If anyone else in the brigade is struggling, I'm here for you. I love this show, and I love you guys. We love you too, man. Thank you for that.
Excellent.
Big business. Good afternoon, boys. Just want to check in. I'm about to catch a nap. Working nights tonight. My question is, where are y'all's thoughts on Atlanta and the Jags? Dave likes the Jags. I like the Jags. Rams and Indy. I don't know. Is Richardson playing? If he is, like,
I saw on the bottom line while we were talking that he's playing. If he's playing, that's a pretty big deal to me.
Me too. I like Indy if that's the case. Big win for them last week.
I feel like I'm going to fall for the Rams. I mean, they've been sitting there all week, right? They played in Cincy and they just stayed there, right?
Yeah.
Did they just shoot over to Indy? I don't know. If I haven't found out yet. I fall for the Rams in that spot. But again, I'm not on Indy. Like I don't like Indy.
Oh, I do. I like what they're playing hard. Crunchy Beaver. Let's do it, Dave. Bet it or book it. Ready?
Let's go. Yep.
Utah +4.
I like that. Bet it.
South Alabama +3.
South Alabama. You're going to have to tell me who they're playing.
I don't know either. No idea.
I have no idea.
Central Michigan -7.5.
Central Michigan. Crunchy. I'm one of your biggest fans, but you have to put the opponent. Like you don't have enough. South Alabama's playing James Madison. Looks like that's the side. South Alabama. Who's the next game?
Central Michigan.
Central Mich is playing Eastern Mich.
Oh God,
huge number.
Like Central.
I like Eastern.
Yep. South Florida +3.5.
South Florida. Are these in order, sir? Let me see. South Florida. There's Central Florida. South Florida this is great. Literally the first time looking at these games. At Navy, South Florida. Is it Navy better?
Yep, I would agree with that.
I don't know. That looks, but the initial move came on South Florida. So but they overshot the number. They had it over 3. It settled in at 3.
Mizzou Vandy over 54.5.
Holy crap. You know you don't have to bet every game, Crunchy.
I like this. Oh, he's got more. He's got
more?
Oh, yeah, he's got way more.
Mizzou Vandy over 54.5.
He has Iowa team totals.
Oh, God.
Or is he laying these numbers? He's laddered Iowa. Who's Iowa playing?
Iowa has they're going to crush who they're playing this week. Hold on. Iowa's playing Illinois.
Michigan State. Michigan State.
Oh, yeah.
He's laying 11.5, 12.5, 16.5, 20.5.
What? Crunchy, you're out of control.
16.5 is +175. 20.5 is +210.
The total in the game, Crunchy, is 36. What are you doing? Maybe a little bit extra. I mean, they win. They shut him out. Basically, Crunchy's saying they shut him out.
He's playing for a route.
Michigan State scores no more than 10 points. So if you can get 28, you got a shot at covering all those numbers.
Covers them all.
Yeah.
Okay, Whitrock said, as Crunchy seen Iowa's offense. Appalachian State plus laying 13.5. I have no clue who they play.
App State is playing UL Monroe.
Okay.
On the road, 13.5. Hold on. Let me think about this one. Yep. Good.
Okay.
I have no idea.
San Diego State plus 10.5.
Oh, Crunchy. Man, oh man. I gotta go get this guy 2 hats. I gotta get him 2 hats, Crunchy. I'm gonna DM you. You pick your colors. San Diego State plus the points against Air Force.
Yep.
I think a lot of people I respect are on San Diego State. Okay. I don't know why, but yes.
Because they think the Air Force is not going to be able to blow anybody out. San Diego State's defense. I mean, I get it. I bet San Diego State last week. I bet Air Force last week. I get the two teams playing against each other. Close game. Very similar styles to each other. I don't hate it. I'd rather 10. If I get to 10, I may bet it. 10.5. Yeah, I don't want to buy the half. I don't want to buy half points with college.
It's 10.5 now.
No, 10. I don't want 10.5. I want 10.
Okay, well, you have to buy it because
Right.
it's 10.5.
I don't want to buy it. Right. I said I don't want to buy it, so I won't bet it unless it's 10. Gets to 10, I may bet it.
All right.
NFL now. Bills minus 2.5.
I like that side.
Eagles minus 8.5.
I like that side.
Raiders plus 5.5.
Don't like that side.
Cowboys minus 6.5.
Don't like that side.
Alternate line parlay. Bills minus 8.5.
Oh.
Raiders money line.
Oh.
And Cowboys minus 12.5 is plus 165.
Whoa. Just do a damn teaser.
Right.
No, seriously. I think you might get a better price on the teaser.
Yeah, he went 0-3 last week, looking for 2-1. On the alternative line parlay, I play a fourth of a unit on each game with a fourth of a unit on the parlay. 2-1 of it normally gets me to positive dollars.
Oh, wow. That's very creative. Okay. Well, the book's going to keep, giving you those bonuses and offers if you keep doing that. So good luck.
Let's see. Alan says Twins plus 750 to win the AL. Better to book it. Best case hedge scenario.
Man, they're going to be dogs in the first round, even with home field. I think they're going to be dogs. What if they play Texas?
I don't like it.
Houston.
I don't like it. No,
I'm not falling for it. I don't think they win.
7.5 to 1 is not enough. You need like what I have with Milwaukee at 21 to 1.
I feel like you're right. I feel like we need more.
Yeah, you need a bigger dog to do that hedge situation. It's not worth it hedging wise. You aren't going to make enough money to hedge on it.
Right.
He's adding Texas minus 9.5 in the first half. I don't want to get backdoored like Dave wanted yesterday.
Yeah, I wanted it in the ass. I said yesterday. I wanted Bean right on my left cheek of my ass, not on.
You did say in though.
I did say in. That's why I keep saying it because it was fucking funny. It was funny.
Did say in.
I did.
Flip says you guys are the best proxies in Las Vegas. Appreciate you being on top of everything every week. P.S. I just put it on the Iowa under and I turned it into $38.13. Punting is winning. Most embarrassing slugging ever. Flip. And then Chris Covey, Jays versus Rays, Savali against Kikuchi, Rangers versus Mariners, Evaldi against Woo, Jays and M's for me. Sox might cash the RSW.
Regular season win.
Thank you. Got my C of C season tickets today. So come out for that game. Can't wait to come on and talk some college basketball.
College of Charleston basketball.
Oh, College of Charleston. C of C. Charles of Charleston. Who is C of C? Charles of Charleston.
C, that's his initials. That's where he lives. He's all about the C's. Man, oh man.
Dave's Daily Pick says, I really want to know if Dave knows about pegging.
No clue. I have no idea. I really don't.
Oh, Dave.
Should I?
No.
All right.
I go over your house too much. I do not want to know anything about pegging. You should know nothing about pegging.
I don't.
Please no.
I don't.
You're bored. Look it up, and you're not going to like what you read.
Are you serious?
Oh.
Where's this Dave's Daily Picks hanging out at? David, I'm worried about you, sir.
Pegging might be worse. It's worse than furries. Yeah, pegging is definitely worse than furries. Yeah, I'm going to say yes to that.
I don't know nothing about it.
Favorite thing about today is what? You don't know what pegging is?
No. Just thinking of service cock again.
Very same difference. Yep.
I almost said I got to get a service animal.
What type of animal?
Well, I'm going to ask this if we can get a rooster, just so I can have a service cock. But I don't want to do it. She might listen to the show. She's not listening to the show. She keeps texting us. No, my favorite thing about today is this. I had to shoot the videos for the Pirates for the last day. Today's the last day. I shoot today's and tomorrow's plays. And, I do them a certain way every day. And then today, I did the first one at 6 a.m. and I was like, there's no lines. There's not going to be a line. Nobody knows who's pitching. Nobody knows what time. I was trying to do research, and I'm like, this is one of those ones we would just go to the book, throw a pick 'em, and let them bet. And the line would be pick an 8. is what I said. Well, I woke up and looked at 2 or 3 places and they have pick an 8.5. I'm like, I still got it. That's good. But I sent in the videos as a thank you to all the guys that got me the gig and like that I've been doing the videos for, and the producers and, you know, the sales rep and everybody, you know, because they're all done. Like their whole lives are changing after, you know, they're turning in their laptops on Monday.
Jeez.
It's over. So there's some guys who've been with like AT&T Sports Stuff for 20 years. And so I just send the videos and every day, and they usually get a comment or two back and forth, you know, with a couple of them.
Mm-hmm.
And I sent it today and they were like, I can't believe we're done. This has been the most fun summer. Thank you for being such a pro, and thank you for doing the videos and all this other stuff. And again, it just reminded me that like we're blessed at what we do. We're blessed to be able to do what we do. And people that literally their lives are going to change. We're starting to see some stuff in the media space where like shows are ending, deals are being done. It just was a reminder this morning. My favorite thing about today is that like I did these videos and I sent it and I got the text, and then I was like, and I'm going to get to sit down with Perrault and the Brigade in 2 or 3 hours and hash it all out again. So all of that favorite thing about today, and it's 1 o'clock. I'm going to be on MLB Network later. Me and you are going to get to do Sports Grid later. I'm going to do the cash considerations with the boys later. Like business is booming, but it's just the relationships. That's my favorite thing about today.
Yeah. I mean, you know, this has been a very, you know, along those same lines. Like I think we have seen the industry go through a lot over the last 12 months. And I think we're entering into a really unknown year in 2024, and things are changing fast. And it's, you know, I love that I get to teach my class at UNLV and have like those conversations to kind of see, because they're the generation, they're the reason why everything's changing. They're the way that they do it, the way they consume content, the way they don't consume content, what they're after, what they're interested in doing. And, you know, having Will back to be able to do the shorts this week is huge. And my favorite, I was waiting for Friday to say thank you to Will, because it's, you know, we have videos that go to 1,000 views fast when we put up on shorts, just because it's timely and it's funny and it works, and people are seeing and learning about the show in a bunch of different ways. I really had no idea how important those YouTube shorts were going to be for our channel and the growth of our channel. And they're massive. I mean, it's just absolutely massive. Amazing. Right. Madeline and Kendall told us, and like, guys, you need to do YouTube shorts. I'm like, really? Not TikTok? No, YouTube shorts. So it's awesome. And so I got a bunch I'm going to post from the week. So I wanted to say thank you to Will. Great to have him back. Thank you for the work. And it really does mean a lot to us that you can do that and you produce those for us, because it helps us a ton with what we're doing on the channel. So have a great weekend. If you guys haven't gotten enough of Dave and I, coming up here in a grand total of like 4 hours, 4 hours, 4.5 hours,
5 o'clock Pacific, 8 o'clock Eastern.
4 hours. You get more of us, more of this. We'll talk more about the games and everything else happening for the weekend. Again? No, I got to change it up. All right. It'll be my 3rd consecutive shift wearing that baby blue jersey. That baby blue sport coat. All right. Starts to be a thing. I got to wear something else. We'll figure something else out, but that will come at you guys coming up later tonight. But for you guys, for watching BVB, we'll talk to you on Monday for another episode.